Word! We're live again. What's the Point Podcast? Back
What's
to
up?
Facebook. Everybody's here.
Word up to Zuckerberg.
Word up to Zuckerberg. Shouts to Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg 2020.
We got D-Trill.
D-Trill back.
On the phone.
What's up?
What's going on? We're about to have a lit podcast. We got a lot of shit to get to this
We got
week.
D-Trill, Fleegs, and Slam.
Hell yes.
We're all here. It's a lit.
Lit boys.
That being said, I don't know where we're going to start. So,
I got some. Everybody see that Donald Trump tweet from the other day?
you just informed me about this earlier.
Yeah. Did you see it, Dylan?
No, I haven't been on Twitter much lately.
So, like, Trump was, like, tweeting some bullshit. See if you can look at the exact tweet for me, Sam. Just, like, look at Donald Trump's Twitter or something like that. But, he basically was, like, talking some shit about, like, what's her name? Mika from The Morning Joe.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Talking
he was
about...
shit about her, like, getting a nose job or whatever, and he wouldn't let her into Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, like, oh, she tried to, like, hijack, like, my party at Mar-a-Lago, but I didn't let her in because she was bleeding from her face.
Yeah.
And I said no. I was like, what? Like, that didn't
Out
make...
of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many days ago was this?
Just, like, 2. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there we go.
It was like 2 or 3 days ago.
it was like
I feel like it seems almost like he just, like, emptied his, like, drafts.
Yeah.
That was from, like, 2011.
He's been sitting on that one for a minute. So he says, it's like a 2-part tweet. So the first tweet goes, I heard poorly rated at Morning Joe speaks badly of me. Don't watch anymore. Then how come low IQ crazy Mika along with Psycho Joe came to Mar-a-Lago 3 nights in a row around New Year's Eve and insisted on joining me? She was bleeding badly from a facelift. I said no. What the hell?
Weren't they just, like, buddy-buddy a few months ago, though?
Yeah, they've been, like, during the whole campaign, like, I think, whatever, the dude named Joe and them were, like, chill. Like, he really never went after him.
I saw a better tweet that I actually accidentally clicked away from. I'm going to try to find it. It was standard Twitter stuff, but I haven't been on Twitter in a long time, so I miss out on all the inside jokes. It was basically about cheating and about apparently Jay-Z is now admitted to cheating. Like,
Yeah, I just retweeted that, like, 10 minutes ago.
Dude, so apparently that album is fire. The new Jay-Z
Yeah,
album.
that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I came this close, this close to downloading Tidal, and making, like, a big motion with my arms. I came this close to downloading Tidal today to listen to it, but then I decided not to.
Yeah, your tweet said, or you retweeted it said, Jay-Z cheated, Kobe cheated, Melo cheated, Wayne cheated, and had a child. The main ingredient for a successful relationship is evident. Money.
True. Fame.
I actually did have Tidal, a free trial once, but only for one reason only. That was because Jesus Christ dropped The Life of Pablo.
Yeah. I remember when that happened. I didn't start my trial. I listened to, like, the previews and then, like, never listened to the songs again.
Well, you're a Kanye hater, so in your opinion can't
I'm
be
not a
taken
hater.
seriously.
I just don't... I never got into his music.
Honestly, Kanye's up there with, like, Mozart and Johann Sebastian Bach for me. And, like, great,
It's
like
fucking
composers of all
Beethoven.
time.
Fucking Beethoven.
Johann Sebastian Bach or just Sebastian Bach from Skid Row?
Both.
Both. They're neck and neck.
Dude, I saw
18 in Life is, like, one of the greatest songs of all time, so...
I saw something on Twitter about Nickelback and Slipknot were feuding.
Yeah, super bizarre, huh?
For what?
I don't know, something about, like, the lead singer of Nickelback was, like, calling them out, like, saying they were shit, and then the other dude's like, no, you're shit. And it was, like, us back and forth.
Yeah, was it Chad Kroeger of Nickelback?
Yeah.
He was basically talking a bunch of trash to Corey Taylor, saying that, like, Slipknot is just, like, a gimmick, and that their music only sells because they wear masks, and they're, like, weirdos and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
They said that Corey Taylor's side project, Stone Sour, is literally just, like, Nickelback Light.
Yeah.
And so, like,
yeah.
a bunch of people, like, chimed in on that, and then Smash Mouth, of all people, like, got in on it.
Dude, that's like a trifecta of, like, rock music, dude. Like, if I had a Mount Rushmore, 3 of those would be on there.
Speaking of Mount Rushmores, I was thinking about this earlier. What's your guys' Mount Rushmore of 80s songs?
80s song? Ooh.
I don't... That's tough because I don't really... I don't know.
Oh, I got it. It's gonna go number 1, I guess I'll go with Billie Jean from Michael Jackson. That's got to be on there. Number 2, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
I actually really fucking hate that song.
Oh my god.
I don't like Bon Jovi at all.
That's the greatest rock song ever.
It is not.
Bon Jovi has one good song to me, and it's the Young Guns 2 theme song.
That's a hella good song. Dude, they have like a greatest hits album. It's like 2 CDs, because that's how good they are. They need 2 CDs for their catalog. Dude, I saw them in concert. They're on fire. They're legit. Bon Jovi's the shit. But I digress. What else would be on my Mount Rushmore? I'd go, I guess Journey, Don't Stop Believin' has to be on there. Don't Stop Believin'. And Summer of 69.
You see, we have one song in common there. Mine is Summer of 69 by Bryan Adams. Boys of Summer.
Ooh.
I forget who that's by.
Don Henley.
Don Henley, okay.
Yeah.
Probably Careless Whisper by George Michael.
Ooh,
which
that's a banger.
Song ever made.
Banger.
Shoot, true.
And Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins, which is tied for the greatest song ever made.
I gotta go with Footloose over that.
Oh, Danger Zone is like one of the... it's so deep, so meaningful.
Danger Zone is way above Footloose.
I gotta go with Footloose, man. Footloose is just a banger. It's a classic.
I mean, Footloose is a classic, but I mean, think about it this way, though. If you're on a highway and it's dangerous, do you want to be dancing your blues away, or do you want to be on the highway to the danger zone?
Well, yeah, that's true. Dude, 80s music is just like the perfect car music. Like, if I'm driving, that's what I want to listen to is like 80s music.
Speaking of a mix between 80s music and perfect driving music, I don't really vibe with a lot of pop music, and I think the 80s pretty much got it perfect in the first year. So just AC/DC's Back in Black album is Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
That's like, I could drive for like 3 days straight just listening to that album on
Absolutely, yeah.
Hot take alert. I think Axl Rose is AC/DC's best singer ever.
I don't even like him in Guns N' Roses. I don't like Guns N' Roses.
Really?
Axl Rose, I saw them live with Axl Rose, and there were a couple songs where he could sing because he just does that high-pitched whine thing a lot, and it kind of worked. But when the songs had more vocal dynamics or went somewhere else, he couldn't pull it off at all because he had to be that monotone person that he was. But yeah. I do have to say, I like Bon Scott a little bit more than Brian Johnson.
Wait, Axl Rose sang for AC/DC?
He does. He has for the past year and a half or so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's their new lead singer.
Yeah.
What? I thought they were all like Scottish and shit.
Well, I think Angus, Malcolm, and Brian, or not Brian, but Bon were Scottish in heritage, but born in Australia, and then moved.
Wait, I thought AC/DC was South African.
No, they were born in Australia.
Oh,
but then moved to England.
I'm gonna change my Mount Rushmore. I'm gonna take off. Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. I'm gonna put on Toto, Africa.
Oh, great song.
True.
That's a great song.
But the Bork edition.
Yeah, the Bork edition. Bork the
Bork
dog.
edition.
That shit's hilarious.
What about 90s songs?
Anything by Nirvana.
Illmatic.
No. I don't know.
Mine's actually a little bit more planned out than my 80s Mount Rushmore. I'm going to go number 1 with Young Guns 2 theme song.
What is that song even called?
I don't know. I don't know what it's like actually called. I just know it's the theme song for Young Guns 2.
It's like, it sounds just like Wanted Dead or Alive. It's just kind of like...
it's got the same like little guitar riff in there.
Yeah.
I think Blaze of Glory, maybe?
That's what it's called. Yeah, Blaze of Glory. Okay.
Blaze of Glory, a.k.a. Young Guns 2 theme song.
Yeah.
That's a good-ass movie, too.
It is. All Apologies by Nirvana. Santeria by Sublime. And Hit 'Em Up by Tupac.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm pretty sure this came out in the night. Only Want to Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
That's on there.
True.
What shit? Nirvana song. The big one, the big hit.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah, that one.
The big one.
The one that everybody know, like all the white girls know. That one. I'd have to think hard about my other two. 90s. Did Smooth by Santana and Carl. And
That was 99, yeah.
Yeah, so Smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth's on there for sure. And, Party Like It's 1999.
Shoot,
That
okay.
song came out in the 80s.
It says 1999 in the title, so it came out in 1999, so.
See, you gotta mix. It should have been Changes by Tupac.
Oh, that's another good one.
Changes is a banger.
Or just Juicy by Biggie.
Wait, didn't that song come out in like 2002 though?
Changes? Oh,
Yeah.
technically.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it was released on that album that didn't get put out till. I don't know when it came out.
Post-mortem album.
I'll look it up.
It was post-mortem. He picked his...
Post-mortem. Post-Cuban production.
Post-Cuban.
Have you ever seen the Dave Chappelle skit where he pretends to be Tupac?
I've seen the one where like he's in the club and he's like when Tupac comes up in the club.
Yeah,
he's
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
He's like George Bush did 9/11. It's like Tupac's voice, and he's in the club. He's like, "What the fuck?"
No, then he's like, then he says something.
I wrote this a long time ago.
Then he's dancing with the girl. He's like, thug life, Dave Chappelle, that ain't your wife. And he's like, I gotta get out of here, man.
Dude, Mount Rushmore of comics.
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
Go ahead.
Just because I'm gonna go with George Carlin, which is like my all-time favorite.
Yeah, gotta put him on there.
Louis C.K.'s come into his spot. Dave Chappelle, and then who is I'm trying to think of like a vintage dude who didn't get burned out.
Pryor?
I don't know. Richard Pryor.
What was the guy's name? Lenny something?
Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce is like, he's the OG. Richard Pryor's a solid
He was one of the
pick.
first comedians to like really like be fucked up.
Yeah, because he would like get arrested on stage for what he was saying and stuff.
Ooh. What about Bill Hicks?
So Lenny Bruce Bill Hicks is a great pick. I don't know.
Bill Hicks didn't do it for long enough. R.I.P.
But he was
Allegedly.
freaking Mitch Hedberg.
Ah, fuck him.
Oh yeah, no,
Fuck
that.
him.
He's on mine.
He is
Mine
amazing.
Mine's Mitch Hedberg.
Such a hack.
If Bill Cosby wasn't a rapist, he would have been on.
I hate Bill Cosby too. We'll debate that though after.
See, Jared doesn't like Mitch Hedberg because he's more into people who swear and are cool, like Dane Cook.
Yeah,
Dan Cook is pretty cool.
He's on mine. But go, finish yours up and then we'll discuss.
Yeah, mine's Mitch Hedberg, Jerry Seinfeld, Daniel Tosh, and George Carlin.
Tosh is
I love
stretch.
Tosh. He is like my favorite comedian
Tosh is
ever.
funny.
I love Tosh too, but yeah. So I'm gonna go with Jerry Seinfeld. He's like the George Washington. He's the patriarch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Louis C.K. because his like stand up has just been like solid through the years. I gotta go with Chappelle.
Once Carlin passed away, Louis C.K. was like, he's been killer.
Yeah, he's the guy now in stand up. I'll go Chappelle. Number 4 is a tough one. I got a few guys I want. Like I'm thinking Bill Burr, George Carlin.
Bill Burr's good.
Shit. I'm gonna go with Bill Burr as 4. And I'm gonna go Bill Burr 4.
All right, okay. I'm going to pose a question. Some people might get on us because it was a little before our generation when he was popping. But overall, so far, would you take Eddie Murphy or Dave Chappelle?
Eddie Murphy.
Chappelle.
It's tough.
Eddie Murphy, dude. Okay, his first stand-up special with Raw.
Yeah.
That shit was like revolutionary.
That's what I'd say.
But his follow-up specials were garbage.
Jed, just based on, because if you look at like based on movies and career movies, Chappelle kind of fell off TV a little bit. He didn't get as many movies, and Eddie Murphy kind of went TV friendly with all the family movies and stuff.
Like
but he was still very, very funny. But
he kind of got blackballed by like some of the major studios though,
Yeah.
because like having a tranny in his car thing. So.
But as far as stand up goes, like I think Eddie Murphy he peaked at his first stand up bit.
Yeah. Because, like, I remember watching his second stand-up. Like, I watched his first one. I was like, oh, shit, that was awesome. Like, he's got another one on Netflix, and that was his follow-up to Raw. And it was just like he's redoing the same bits. Like, he was just, like, recycling the same bits.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his SNL skits before?
Actually, no. I've never gone back
They
that far.
are freaking hysterical.
Yeah.
His Stevie Wonder impression is spot on.
He was one of the dudes where, like, when he was on SNL, it was great. It actually, I think it was the first kind of guest appearance / host on SNL was George Carlin. He was like, because they didn't really have, it was a very different flow, but he was like one of the first featured comedians on SNL, like from the first episode.
The only time SNL was really good was when Chevy Chase was on it.
He was pretty good.
Yeah.
Crazy. The early 2000s and late 90s with like Will Ferrell, Jimmy Fallon, Tracy Morgan, all of that.
That wasn't too bad.
Those were good.
It's fucking terrible now.
It's garbage.
Oh, awful.
It's unwatchable. Sometimes if there's like a special guest on, like a Chappelle or Louis, like there's like one good skit, but other than that, it's like garbage. So I'm gonna go back. Bill Cosby, even like before, like let's like pretend he's not a rapist, and actually he got acquitted of that. So
he's not a rapist.
So technically, he's not a rapist. I never liked Bill Cosby's comedy at all. I always thought he was like not funny at all.
I grew up watching the Cosby Show all day. Like that was like my daily TV show jam. I watched it all the time, and I thought that show was great. But I listened to a few of his actual routines on
horrible
Pandora.
Yeah.
And when you listen to it on Pandora, they pick and choose like the good bits and everything. But I could never listen to his stand-up like start to finish.
Yeah. I remember he did one on Comedy Central like only a couple years ago, like right before the rape stuff. And it came out, I'm like, this is terrible. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I know it's not just because, it's clean humor. It's like, it's just not funny.
Yeah.
It's just like the ramblings of an old, demented person.
It was odd, too, like, especially because that would come up on Pandora and stuff besides, like, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor's hilarious.
Yeah. Bill Cosby's not funny to me. He's just like, his shtick was that, like he's a family black man, and that was, like, all he was good for. Like, yeah. Basically. It's like, oh, he's a good role model for black people. Let's, like, promote him.
Kevin Hart's that new person.
Oh, I hate him, too.
He's just a shtick dude.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart reminds me of, like, actually, no, I take that back. That reminds me, though, a couple of years ago, I saw Kel Mitchell from Kenan and Kel. He did a show at my school.
Yeah.
And he is, like, literally, like, a family-friendly version of Kevin Hart, who is already, for the most part, very family-friendly.
Yeah.
So,
when Kevin,
if you can imagine, that was like the worst comedy special I've ever been to.
I heard some very wow.
Say that again. You broke up.
Yeah, I heard some very early recordings of his stand-up, and they were actually kind of funny. But then, like everything after that, like when he started getting mainstream, was pretty much just. Are you peeing?
He's probably mixing up a margarita.
Are you standing over a fan or something?
Wait, I can't hear you guys. You're breaking up like every 2 seconds.
Hold up.
It sounds like there's a fan over your phone or something.
Yeah, like we're
All
gonna
right.
all right, it's better now.
Yeah, there's a fan in my room, but
it's better now.
It's clear now.
Yeah,
okay.
It was weird there for a second.
But yeah, anyway, like when Kevin Hart, when his like first big stand-up started to hit, it sounded like all his jokes were just rip-off of Sinbad bits. But everybody that I would say that to wouldn't recognize who Sinbad was.
Yeah, I don't know who Sinbad. I mean, I know him, but I don't.
I know who Sinbad is, but I've never like heard anything by him.
Yeah.
You remember that episode of Always Sunny where him and Rob Thomas are in the like, mental hospital?
I just remember Sinbad from that movie, that Christmas movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I remember. That's like all I know him from.
If you listen to Sinbad stand-up, you'll be like, oh, this is Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's just such a shtick guy, and just like his catchphrase,
Gonna learn today.
Yeah, like shit like that. Yeah,
He's
just stupid. And like that's his whole bit's just premised on a catchphrase. It's ridiculous.
But
I enjoy Kevin Hart's stand-up, so
I like him better in movies. Like I think he's a really good. Like his movies are good,
yeah.
But his stand-up's not good to me.
I have never seen a single movie he's been in.
Really?
I've only ever watched stand-up.
Never saw Ride Along?
Nope.
That was pretty funny. What, Ice Cube?
Never saw it.
That was pretty funny. I mean, it was what it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't expect much from it.
What was the one where, Get Hard with him and Will Ferrell?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that.
That was kind of funny, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I just never saw by him.
I don't like how some of the news, like Kevin Hart, I think, kind of started it, but like doing having in the background on stage, like scenery and stuff, like on the screen, like they would change the background screen and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I don't like that with stand-up comedy. Like I feel like it stains the art of it. What is with the audio?
I don't know.
It's like pretty shitty right now. Hold on. Now it's better.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's not us.
Have you guys ever watched any Hannibal Buress comedy?
Yes. Hannibal Buress is awesome.
He is hysterical to me. I thought he was actually like super funny on the Eric Andre show. Actually,
There was
kind of that like super weird assistant.
He's got that one bit where he went to a high school and spoke or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And somebody was like writing up an article about him at the school, and they said he was the Lenny Bruce of grocery store comedy, or something like that.
I feel like he's a smart writer. I don't like his delivery of stand-up.
His delivery is great because he's so laid back.
Yeah.
And he doesn't I don't know. He's just so chill, and he makes it seem like he's just telling you about what's really happening in his life, and then it just happens to be funny.
I like the one where he's like in Europe or something, and like the chick's like coming on to him, and like he's like I don't know, something about, it was like about rape or something like that. It was like he was making rape jokes. It was pretty funny. I forget what special was that on. That was like on his first special too.
I don't remember, but
he's got a
You
bunch
guys
of
ever watch the
specials.
show he had?
I didn't.
Oh, that was terrible. I watched.
Oh, it was awful.
It was
I was
brutal.
so disappointed in that.
You want to
Yeah, it
know? You
was
want to know about
terrible.
awful? The freaking what was the name of John Mulaney's show?
The Mulaney
Oh,
show.
the Mulaney show.
But the thing was, like, for the first season, all they did was make episodes out of scenarios from his stand-up bits. So, like,
It only lasted like 8 episodes.
if you ever watched his stand-up, all the jokes from the episode, you're like, this is from his stand-up. He's making this up.
That bit about like the jukebox, that shit's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I thought his stand-up was hilarious.
Yeah, he's a great comedian, but the thing that they just messed up with that TV show because they probably wouldn't let him write anything.
Yeah. Dude, network television is dead as far as like sitcoms. Like if you're not Kevin James or Ray Romano, like there's no point on being in network television.
Speaking of which, there's a new TV show. It's called Get Shorty. I saw the previews for it. I don't remember what network it's on, but it's on a small network, and Ray Romano's in it, and it's pretty much like about this like Irish mob and how a couple of the dudes want to start a movie, so they kind of like force their way into the movie business by killing people and like strong-arming everybody to like fund and get this movie produced. And Ray Romano's in it. It looks really.
Ray Romano's like a mafia character.
It looks really funny. No, he's one of the movie execs.
Oh really?
Yeah, so it's great.
I have zero idea what you just said.
What?
I said I have zero idea what you just said. Like you, like it kind of just like blurred out, and Jared was like, "Oh, really?"
So it's like, from what I saw from the preview, there's like two dudes in the Irish mob who have the money to fund a movie, and they have an idea, and they're like forcing their way into Hollywood. Like they know some people, they're like strong arming them, like threatening their way into producers' offices and everything like that. And one of the dudes they come across is Ray Romano, who is like working in some office and trying to help them get their movie produced because they're threatening everybody and kind of like going the back way and getting it sped up. So it's pretty much like a mob produced movie, but a TV show about the whole process. It sounds interesting. I'll see what network it's on.
Sounds like a TBS or something. I don't TNT or something like that.
It was on a really like low quality.
It sounds like something to be on like Esquire or something like that.
Sci-Fi Channel. Though that's like the worst programming in the world is Sci-Fi Channel programming.
I guess it's based off this movie from '95.
Get Shorty.
The movie, yeah, but
with Travolta, dude, that dude's weird as hell.
It's gonna be
Travolta's the most overrated actor. Of
it's
all
gonna
time.
be on Epix.
Oh, that's like a fucking like HBO or
it's
something
like
like that.
pay-per-view movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be garbage, but the TV show looks interesting.
That's where real TV's happening though. Is like on those like HBO and Showtime.
Dude,
and Netflix.
you remember Crackle? You remember the skits that they would do where it would be like Jerry Seinfeld was the main endorser of that.
Yeah, the
of his show.
comedians in cars getting
But
coffee.
every now and then they'd have the skit where it would be like, what's the dude's name that plays Kramer? Like Jason Richardson.
Racist dude.
Yeah, but he was like playing the head of Crackle, like the CEO, and every now and then they'd have meetings, and he would be going off saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
like and pulling Jerry into the office.
He
telling
looked
him
like
what he had
Colonel
to do.
Sanders or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad for that guy. that whole situation that went down. I don't know. I feel sympathetic to him, which is
I
a hot
don't,
take.
to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of don't.
I don't know. Like, do you think he's really that bad of a person? Like, he had, like, one meltdown one night, and, like, that ruined his whole life?
No, but there's just lines you don't cross.
It didn't really ruin his life. He's still Kramer from Seinfeld, like, making boatloads of money, and then, like...
Is he? I don't know.
Yes.
You think? Alright.
It's not like Jerry Seinfeld was like, hey, you said the N-word, fuck you, you're not getting any money
Oh, I'm sure
anymore.
Seinfeld didn't care.
He still gets... They all still get paid every time an episode of Seinfeld comes on TV.
Like, Jason Alexander, the guy that played Costanza, he'd be waiting tables right now or teaching English somewhere if it wasn't for the fact that Seinfeld still made so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Did you...
So, I mean, when's the last time you saw him in anything besides Seinfeld?
Actually, there was some... I saw him, like, in a Christmas movie. He was
Really?
like... Yeah, he was like, it's like a Lifetime Christmas movie. My mom had it on. I'm like, oh, shit, that's George from Seinfeld. I'm like...
But also, like, people
Dude,
like...
Newman from Seinfeld is more famous. Like,
He's in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, he's in Jurassic Park.
But people like that, like...
He's a meme.
When you have a main role in, like, Seinfeld, how are you really going to do anything else?
Yeah, that's kind of true. Well, Elaine did something. She did some sitcom or something, whatever her name is. I don't know her real name.
Yeah, what is... what about Christine?
What's her face?
Yeah.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, she did a pretty
She's
cool
been in a
stuff.
bunch. She's been in a bunch of movies too, though. On top of that,
She's hot.
Yeah, she is hot.
Yeah, 5 out of 5 would do.
very, very gilfy.
Very, very good.
The freaking Old Navy commercials.
Oh, yeah, she's
You
hot.
see
as hell.
those? She's probably like 46.
Dude, okay.
No, she's like in her 60s.
You're
Ooh.
lying to me.
Dude,
Swear to God,
that's
she was like in her like late 30s when Seinfeld was on.
You're
that's
lying to me.
true. That's a good point. Shania Twain, she's another 60-year-old.
Shania Twain's bae.
She's 56.
Whew.
56, yeah, almost 60.
She is hot for 56, dude. That's like, she's on some like Jennifer Aniston shit there.
What about Kelly Ripa? She's old as
Fuck
dirt.
her.
She's cute.
Nah, she's too mom-like.
Wasn't Kelly Ripa married to Frank Gifford, the football player?
I don't know. Kelly Ripa's 10 years younger than Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
And she looks older, so...
And she does look older.
So, yeah, there you go.
Oh, no, she was the chick from Regis and Kelly. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Regis.
Or Regis and Michael, or wait, not
It's
Regis.
Kelly and Michael.
Yeah.
Is he still alive? Regis Philbin?
Yeah.
He's alive?
He's
He's
retired.
collecting his How to Be a Millionaire, or Wants to Be a Millionaire money
Dude,
somewhere.
let's Mount Rushmore game shows.
Mount Rushmore game shows?
Yeah, I'll go first. Mine's definitely got to be... You got to have Jeopardy.
Okay.
Jeopardy / Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of like a
No, there's
combo.
got to be two separate slots.
You don't think? I feel like they're good. They're like a 2-for-1.
No, they're not. How
Right.
how are they a 2-for-1?
It's the same shit. It's for
No,
the
it
same
is
audience.
not.
I mean, they're on back to back. Like,
Yeah.
they're always on back.
They
to back.
always have been.
That's all they have in common.
They're like the yin and the yang.
No.
They
So, okay.
balance each other.
So you get 4. Choose.
Fine. I'll just take Jeopardy.
Okay, you got Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Shit. Price is Right. Gotta go with Price is Right.
Okay.
Bob Barker style. What? He just made a face at me. Dylan did. We'll discuss in a minute. So Jeopardy, Price is Right. I'll go Wheel of Fortune. Sure, why not? Fuck it. Wheel of Fortune and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Alright, whoever wants to go next.
Mine is it's got to be Jeopardy, or not Jeopardy. Wheel of Fortune first, then Family Feud, American Gladiator.
Ooh.
Does that count?
Yeah.
It does. It was a game show.
It was a
and
game
then
show.
Secrets of the Hidden Temple on Nickelodeon.
True.
Okay, hey, we should-
Or Double Dare 2000.
We need to make a separate segment for like child game shows because those are too good. Like Double Dare and Secrets of the Hidden Temple, they're too good.
You named 2. That's half of Mount Rushmore.
No, we're talking about the kids show.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the only 2.
Yeah. But yeah.
What about Slime Time Live?
Oh, that was a classic, dude. Nickelodeon had more banger game shows than there are in history. Like, I'll make my Mount Rushmore. Of course, like, Jeopardy is classic. It's a mogul.
It's a must-have.
Along with Wheel of Fortune. They're both there. Then, of course, like, Family Feud, those 3 are the ones that have survived so long. But there is no game show with a greater legacy than The Price is Right. The Price is Right is the best.
That's like the Cadillac of game shows.
I gotta disagree with you there. Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, I will agree, like, if it was my choice, like, what game show would I want to be on? I would be on Wheel of Fortune. But like, from frat boy parties to like old people, they all want to hang out at The Price is Right and dream about getting called down.
The Showcase Showdown.
But can we agree?
I feel like I'd rather hang out with Pat Sajak than Drew Carey. So.
Yeah, but like,
well, let's go back. Bob Barker can't. Drew Carey doesn't count.
Bob Barker's a 95-year-old like pervert, though.
But part of the game show, part of The Price is Right, is sitting in the crowd and hoping you get called down there. Like, if they just called random people out of the stage to play Wheel of Fortune, it would be great. But, like, just getting randomly picked and seeing everybody freak out all the time.
Vanna White do it in a bikini.
Plus, it's like the elimination and head-to-head throughout the whole show. That's the great aspect of it. Like, all the way to the end.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched The Price is Right since, like, 2004.
Well, it does come on at, like, 9 in the morning.
Yeah,
so,
it's
like,
bad time slot.
Well, they get the old people.
Yeah.
But I will agree.
Jeopardy's that shit, though. I watch Jeopardy, and that shit just, like, jogs my mind. Like,
Jeopardy,
I feel smarter every time I watch an episode
Yeah, Jeopardy's
Jeopardy.
cool if you want to learn something. Wheel of Fortune is probably, if I could pick any game show to be on, it would be Wheel of Fortune.
I can't spell for shit, so that would be, like, my least pick to be on.
But can we agree that the Price is Right is amazing, and Let's Make a Deal is, like, the redheaded stepchild, and I hate it.
I never watched that.
Did you guys ever watch that, It hasn't been on in probably 15 years, but it was like Supermarket Sweep, I think it was called. Like where the people would like get a grocery cart and have to like storm around the store and like get as much stuff as possible.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that was kind of whack.
It was weird.
True. Another one that didn't make it, or did you even do yours yet, Dylan?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, you
did?
Okay. Deal or No Deal?
Deal or No Deal never caught me.
It was big.
I like
it was
that
big.
shit.
It was just very
super random though.
It was very long and boring and like.
But it was big, like for like network television. It was like prime time for a while there.
But
just
also,
like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Like I would stick around for a little while, and once they started offering me like anywhere above $10,000,
fuck, I'm out.
I'd be like, hey, I'm taking it. I don't care. It's like, but the worst part is that when people do take it, then you have to sit around forever and watch. Let's see what you could have won. This is what the offer would have been.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it wouldn't have. Why are you lying to me?
Who was the person making that offer, though? Whose job was that?
Deal or No Deal is Craigslist turned into a game show. It's like, oh, well, I would have offered you this if you wouldn't have sold it to me that cheap. Whatever. It's like, just give me money and get over it. There's no actual game in the game show except picking a case and saying yes or no.
It's just like testing to see how fucking greedy people could be. Like,
yeah.
Well, I could have $10,000 like pay for my child's college, but I'm gonna go for the college and the boat, Howie. Like, yeah, it's just like it's so good because it like shows like just how like materialistic people are, and like that just like, well, 10,000 is nice, but I'd rather have more, you know, like a life-changing amount of money, but they want more of it. But like that show and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like they like dominated like primetime TV. Like of course it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire first, and then it was like Deal or No Deal, but they like were like dominating like that 8 o'clock slot on primetime TV, which was like that's like huge for a game show.
Do you guys watch any of those singing shows that are out now?
No.
Nah.
Yeah, I can't get into it. American Idol was like the only one I was ever into.
Yeah.
And even then, I would just watch the auditions because of how bad a lot of them were.
I followed it for a long time, then I got out, but then I got back in when Scotty McCreery, the hometown kid from Garner, got into it.
Yeah, when he went up against that cute girl.
Yeah,
she was low-key thick.
Was retarded. She was thick as hell.
Then a couple seasons later, there was that girl Angie Miller who was super hot, and then once she got eliminated, I was done.
Yeah, but like the dude from Garner like was in it, so like we all like everybody watched just because he was in it, but he's a terrible singer.
He's just a country artist.
Yeah.
That's it. And
not a good one, though.
Look at his career so far. He's had nothing.
Yeah, he's a very bad country artist.
Country's dead.
Unrelated,
yeah.
Mount Rushmore boy bands.
Boy bands?
Yes.
NSYNC, of course. Backstreet Boys. New Kids on the Block.
What constitutes a boy band?
And Jonas Brothers.
Basically any,
group of male singers who don't play instruments?
Basically just like any pop group consisting of attractive teenage boys.
Yeah, if they take their shirts off during a performance or a music video, they're a boy band.
They have synchronized dance routines.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Shit. I'm gonna have to Google this because
So yeah, I'm going. NSYNC has to be on there. So does Backstreet Boys.
Fun fact. Wait, which one was Nick Carter? And I always forget.
I think that's Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys. Yeah, he's from Ruskin, in Florida, where I live. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Shoot, bro, you are underestimating the Hanson brothers. Classic.
Ooh, does Boyz II Men count?
Ooh, Hanson. Yeah.
Hanson. Yeah.
Mine's got to be Jackson 5.
Oh,
True.
Good one.
Probably the originals. NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and then what was the other one? One Direction, I guess.
What about the Monkees? You remember them from a long time ago?
Yeah, the pop band from like the 60s, right?
That they technically played instruments, but they had to learn how to do it, and everybody recorded their music for them. They were like the original boy band. Also the Beatles.
Yeah, I was about to say the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Fuck the Beatles.
Hey.
Dude,
Beatles or Stones?
Like, as most overrated or
I don't know.
best?
Like, which one's better?
I never really...
The Stones.
I never really got into the Rolling Stones, but I also never really got into the Beatles, so... I don't know. But definitely the Rolling Stones are way more rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
They're way more real.
The Beatles is like some foo-foo pop shit. Like, I don't know. It's just foo-foo. To me.
It's revolutionary, but still it is kind of
Is it?
It
is, actually.
I'm going to be honest. I think they're the most overrated band of all time.
They honestly might be.
Nirvana's pretty close.
Nirvana's getting there, but if you wait another 20 years, when they go out of style and come back into style again, then they'll be up on that level.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to be honest. A lot of people say that about Led Zeppelin, but I disagree with that.
No.
I've heard people say that before, that Led Zeppelin is extremely overrated.
Not true. See, the thing is,
really not.
The thing is, when they were out, they weren't like the wrong generation people assumed that Led Zeppelin was cool when they came out. That everybody listened to Led Zeppelin. That like it wasn't like they assumed it was mainstream rock music, and it wasn't. It just became that way after everyone realized how awesome they were 20 years later, and now it's become that.
You know who's super overrated?
Bon Jovi?
No, that they're adequately rated, if not underrated. Bruce Springsteen, overrated.
Bruce Springsteen's extremely overrated.
Like, his music is like just is like very pop, very superficial, not much to it. Like the E Street Band is pretty good, but like I don't like Bruce Springsteen's like lyrics and style. You know who's the female Bruce Springsteen? Taylor Swift. That's valid. I can see that.
Because I canceled my Apple Music for the summer just to listen to the radio, get exposed to some new stuff, save data, blah blah blah. And I've been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift on the radio lately, and she is a very overrated songwriter.
To be honest, the way her style is going is terrible, but like her first 3 albums, I love them.
I love how she still gets like Country Music Lifetime Awards at any Country Music Awards show.
Yeah, she's nowhere.
And she hasn't done country music in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
But that
What's the last country song she dropped?
I don't know. The one where she's talking about getting raped by Tim McGraw or something like that.
What?
Isn't there a song like that?
That's the one where she sings like 3 words. It's a song about texting and driving where people die on the road or whatever.
Oh.
Brad Paisley's in the song too.
Oh, yeah, I do remember. No, that was a Tim McGraw. That was like Tim McGraw and her did that song.
Brad Paisley's in the song too.
Well, shit. I don't know. Do I look like I give up country music?
You listen to it, I know you do.
I don't. I haven't listened to it in a long time. I'm out of the loop. I used to for the girls.
I never compromise myself.
Oh, I did. I mean, like I said, I would compromise my political views. I would compromise my music taste.
Yeah, but see, political views...
Religion, I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where I would compromise my religion, but I'm not quite there yet.
I wouldn't compromise my musical taste, because that's something I enjoy. Like, my political views, I get no enjoyment out of that.
I enjoy girls more than anything.
I feel you on that, Sam, because, like, I really don't have any real political views.
Me either. I don't care. It's like I'm so jaded that like I understand nothing matters. It's all bullshit. Like I can't stand to have an opinion anymore.
You guys want to get woke?
It's all Illuminati.
Get woke.
Let's get woke. Let's get woke here. So on Hulu, there's a documentary that was featured as like Illuminati conspiracy video. So I watched it. It pretty much said that like Illuminati Jews wrote the Bible, wrote the New Testament, and that all religion is just like an allegorical like Illuminati theme. So like all religion just has the same Illuminati symbolism in it. It's all just allegorical. And it's all written by Illuminati members, like all religion. Islam.
Have you ever heard of the allegory of the cave before by Socrates?
No.
Okay, so basically, like, he came up with the story, like, 10,000 years ago, or 50,000, however the fuck long ago he lived. But it was, like, there's these three dudes, like, chained up in a cave, right? Like, on some BDSM shit.
Yeah.
And, they're chained up in there, and these slave masters are, like, showing, like, projections of animals and stuff. And so one of the guys that's chained up escapes and goes out and sees the real world, and he sees real animals and shit like that. And so he comes back and tries to tell the people in the cave, like, about, like, what the real stuff is like, and they laugh at him. And so I've seen, like, on a bunch of, like, atheist meme pages that, for whatever reason, show up on my Instagram.
Yeah.
They, like, use that, allegory or whatever, like, about, like, religion. And so they'll be like, once you've become woke, like, everybody laughs at you or something like that.
It's true. It's like Alex Jones. Call it the Alex Jones syndrome or phenomenon. You get woke, you get too woke and everybody disregards you.
See, people just think I'm crazy when I go on about the lizard people, but I've seen them from my own eyes. I can attest that lizard people exist.
Really?
Yes.
Here's my theory on lizard people.
I have video proof of Hillary Clinton shape-shifting on live TV.
What's more believable? Hillary Clinton being a lizard woman, or that Hillary Clinton's like a public servant that's only trying to make better for the world, make the world better? Which is more believable?
Either one, to be honest.
Yeah, the lizard person's more believable than anything.
I feel like she's just in it for the money.
Try to switch where you are, Dylan. We're getting like some mad like reverb or something like from the fan or something. Oh, no, it's good.
It might just be my Wi-Fi because I've got like one bar in here.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's like it gets like really choppy for some reason. It gets weird. Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, it's all straight.
No, but what's more believable? Hillary being a lizard woman, or that she's actually like a public servant trying to like make the country better, and she actually cares about the American people? Probably somewhere in the middle is the accurate part.
Have you seen House of Cards? Nobody cares.
I've never watched House of Cards. I just got Netflix back and have yet to watch it.
Jared got me into it, and it's killer. Like, I'm almost done with the second season, and I love it. It's probably, like, it's if not my favorite, one of my favorite shows.
It's on par with Breaking Bad.
It is.
It might be better.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like Breaking Bad.
Ooh, hot take. Why?
It just never really appealed to me. It kind of just seemed like the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Dude's dying, his son's retarded, and he has cancer.
Okay, what came first? Like, answer me. What came the character from from South Park or the kid from Breaking Bad?
What do you mean, Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy
came first. Jimmy's like
so like Breaking Bad like spoofed Jimmy into real life with the Walter White son.
South Park didn't invent that disease, okay? There's people that are actually like that, Jared.
Dude, the kid was like the same color, the same hair.
South Park didn't invent crippled people.
The kid in Breaking Bad had like the same haircut. He was white. He talked the same way with the crutches. Walter White, like
that's not how that character went at all.
Jimmy. Yes, it was the same dude.
Well, I thought Skyler just like kind of had like a bit of a stutter, and he was like crippled because he didn't get enough oxygen.
I literally thought it was the same character. I thought I thought South Park was spoofing it, but then I went back in time. I'm like, wait, this character was around before Breaking Bad. Dude. So my Breaking Bad spoofed Jimmy from South Park.
That might be the biggest misconception I've ever heard. Thinking that Jimmy from South Park was a spoof of Walt Jr.
No, dude, that's so legit. That's
South
so.
Park invented crippled people. That's what I got.
South Park invented crippled people.
Yo, my Crips. That's my favorite episode. Like
That
Crips.
is one of the best episodes of South Park.
So now Breaking Bad just got even better because I'm never gonna look at him and not think that like
That's
of a spoof Jimmy.
how have you not watched that and thought like, oh, that's Jimmy from South Park?
Because I see a person with a disability and I don't immediately think of South
Dude,
Park.
shit. But he's got like the same crutches. He's
Dude!
got a yellow shirt on all the time.
I see people with those crutches
He's got a
all
yellow
the
shirt
time.
on. He's got a yellow shirt on. It's the yellow shirt that does it. And the same stutter.
I don't know what you're referring to. I don't.
Bro, I can't be this woke.
I don't see how you see the connection between the two.
Dude, it's so...
I feel like you're the Alex Jones of TV shows. Like, you just see things that aren't even there.
I just...
Too woke.
Hey, okay.
I'm too woke.
What if Malcolm in the Middle is tied to Breaking Bad, and Walt Jr. is like the child of an affair that he has to leave Malcolm in the Middle's family for, and then he goes to New Mexico to get away from his wife
Yeah. I can see that.
and marries Skylar?
I've heard something along those lines too before that Walt is actually just what's his face, but like Hal, but just like in the witness protection program.
Ooh. Or just like Hal had like a mental breakdown, couldn't deal with Malcolm and his shit anymore, and just left.
No, Lois was the one who like gave them the most. Dude, the mom in that show is psychotic.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah, she's a bitch.
She's wild.
Yeah, she's a jerk. I don't like her. That show was kind of funny though, like low key.
Yeah, I binged it.
It was actually a really good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I binged it for a while, and I was super into it. It was very good.
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, like Bryan Cranston like made that show.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Frankie Muniz.
And Frankie Muniz, his character was great.
Yeah,
And whatever, the brothers, Reese and his little brother, they were great characters.
Isn't that kid like coked out now, like Macaulay Culkin?
And also, what's his name? The oldest brother is
He's what's his face from that '70s show.
Yeah, Hyde.
Brothers
What's his
in
name?
Real Life.
Yeah, that's a good character.
I've never seen that 70s show.
That
Never
70s show is
watched
good.
it.
It's a good show.
Fun fact about those two: they were like super devout Scientologists.
Who?
What's his face from that '70s show, and his brother.
Malcolm?
Frankie Muniz or the other dude from that?
No, not Frankie Muniz. The guy,
like his biological brother.
yeah, his like actual brother.
I don't know who that is. I just know Malcolm and Dewey.
What
Fucking
was
Dewey.
what was his name in that '70s show?
Hyde.
Hyde.
Peter Masterson.
Yeah, Peter Masterson. Jason Masterson's his brother, I think.
Dude.
But regardless, they're like super devout Scientologists. I just think that's cool because if I ever change religions, that's what I would change to.
That's what I've always thought. Like, if I was ever going to jump ship, it would definitely be to Scientology.
See, the reason to do that would be if you're super rich and you want like protection from everything. They're like hiring a mafia because they will guard your name.
Yeah.
They won't let anyone disparage you as long as you don't.
It's
cross
literally
them.
the modern day mafia.
It kind of is, yeah.
Well, the mafia is the modern day mafia.
The mafia is the modern day mafia, but they've kind of they learned their lesson from the 80s and 90s to stay out of the limelight.
That's a great quote by Dylan.
Like,
the modern day mafia is the mafia.
The thing was for 50 or 60 years straight, the mafia just made themselves into public figures and celebrities, but they were also still criminals, so they didn't realize how it was hurting them. Now everybody who's still involved is like, yeah, we shouldn't be like that anymore.
Did you see that one mobster, John Francesi, got out of or just is like 100 years old, just beat like I think it was like a 40-year sentence.
I saw that, yeah.
Like he's been in prison since like the 1970s and just got out.
Yeah, and the thing with those dudes is they're like they're so dumb and unbreakable that they'll do their time in jail forever and still come out and fight. Like that's pretty much how Whitey Bulger was. Like he just wouldn't give it up until he got caught. He was like in Florida, like retired age, still trapping out the house and got caught with like $1 million of guns in his walls and money everywhere. And he's like an old ass man.
I feel like that John Francesi did. Like the second he got out, though, he was already like back to his old rackets, though.
Yeah,
like seeing who was running them, like ordering hits and shit.
He got into his 1972 Cadillac that had been waiting for him, and just like rode away to like the gambling house.
Big fur coat. Oh, he's gonna be so shocked if he sees that like Puerto Ricans live in the Bronx now.
Yeah, he'd be like, so you guys owe me 40 years worth of pay right now. up front, and he'll just immediately go back to jail for kneecapping somebody.
What badasses, dude! I every time I watch the movie Goodfellas, like I want to join the mafia.
It's awesome. I love
By
that.
the way, I haven't watched that yet. You challenged me to that last week.
Yeah.
To watch. I haven't watched
all those
it yet.
movies are great.
Goodfellas, Donnie Brasco.
Donnie Brasco's a classic.
It's a very underrated movie.
I've never even seen The Godfather.
It's a top mafia movie.
I've never watched Godfather either. Is that a mafia movie?
Yeah.
It is. It's also extremely overrated.
It's
as I've heard.
It's overrated, but it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's it's a different style. It's kind of slow moving and more on the technical aspect instead of just like action and something that's
like they try to make it as good as like
that
Rocky.
movie just takes way too long for me to to.
They try to say it's good as Rocky, but it's not. Like
Casino,
it's not on that level.
Casino is a great movie.
Casino's a great one.
I got a topic shift here.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing my Harambe shirt. Rest in peace, Harambe from Barstool Sports. R.I.P. We miss you. Our sweet prince.
Gone and easily forgotten.
So I have a proposal. We should call it the Harambe law, and Donald Trump should get on this shit instead of like worry about like the bleeding facelift chick.
Yeah.
We need to pass Harambe's law. So what is Harambe's law, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Harambe's law is anytime you go to like a zoo or anything with animals in it, when you buy your ticket, you have to sign a waiver. And this is also for minors. A parent has to sign for a minor.
Yeah.
If you end up in an animal's enclosure by your own doing, your life is forfeited to the animal. That's basically saying like no intervention, like no lethal intervention will be taking place on behalf of the human on the animal. So like Harambe's situation could never happen again. So in that situation, the parent would have signed the waiver, and that child would have fell into Harambe's enclosure, but Harambe wouldn't have got shot.
I understand that, and I think like I don't understand how there's not waivers in place already due to like just happenstance. But the insurance for zoos has to be outrageous. I was just thinking about that. Like, how much does it cost to insure a zoo? But also, like, I understand the joke of Harambe, but at the same time,
serious issue.
But at the same time, I would shoot like 1,000 gorillas in the face to save a person. Like, I'm sorry, Peter. No.
Mathematics.
I would climb down into that enclosure and shoot Harambe in the face.
Do you believe in math?
I believe in math.
Do you believe in math? Okay, you believe in math. How many?
I also believe.
How many shitty 3-year-olds that don't listen?
I also
believe. In the world?
I also believe in math as getting a 33 round magazine for a Glock 19 and dumping all 33 rounds into a gorilla.
How many
just
shitty?
Because.
How many shitty 3-year-olds are there in our country, in the world?
Probably all
too
of
many.
Them. No. Listen to me. Probably all of them.
Too many.
But you don't know which ones are going to turn out to be good.
So, but how many silverback gorillas are there in the wild?
They're already
not in the world, not only in the wild.
They're already tortured and in a zoo
they're
anyway.
They're endangered.
They want to die anyway. They don't want to be in a zoo.
They don't.
What animals want to be in a zoo?
Harambe was very happy.
How do you know?
I just do.
He was holding the kid hostage, trying to get more food because he was starving.
He wasn't even hurting the kid. He was like petting the kid's head.
I don't care. I still would have shot him.
Let's be real. If you watch the video, he was about to like totally rape that kid.
Probably. Yeah, dude.
Like,
also, they're animals. Like they're gonna think on an animal level. And I would kill an animal to protect a person.
Well, according to science, we're the same thing as a gorilla. Like, we're relatives. So why are we killing our cousins?
Even if it was the last white rhinoceros in existence, if it had a person by the leg and was dragging it, I would murder that rhinoceros with my bare hands.
I mean, if we're going with like Darwinism, which is like the zoo would go with, because that's what they have to believe, like the person should just easily die. That's like process of elimination.
No, because the animal was already captured in the zoo and it's inferior. So if it messes up, we shoot it because it's under our control.
I feel like a human that ends up in an animal enclosure is inferior to an animal.
Well, the animal ended up there first.
How interesting would a creationism based like museum of animals be?
I think they exist.
Do they? I
don't
know.
Maybe.
Who's that dude that debated Bill Nye?
Ken Ham.
Yeah, he has like a museum that's like creation based and all that.
You see, my biggest problem with that though is like if you're gonna argue like intelligent design or whatever, you can't argue like with Bible verses.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with it.
Because like if somebody doesn't believe in God, you saying something from a Bible
doesn't do anything.
That'd be like the equivalent of you like quoting something from Harry Potter and like trying to like use it as a basis like to do something, you know?
Yeah, like if you don't believe the Bible, you quoting Bible verses doesn't like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what? It's in the Bible. Oh, it must be right.
And Bill Nye's like, oh shit, you're right. I'm sorry. But like, there's such a good argument though without even the Bible for creationism. You know what I mean? Like, how can you even like think about like sex? Like think about sex, just how sex works. How can that like just happen by chance? Like that's like an intelligent design. Like somebody came up with that. Like that just didn't happen by chance.
Honestly, trees is the biggest example for me.
Fucking bees.
Yeah, dude, how like
bees.
You think about trees? Like the thing that gets me is like they just have sex with the world, with pine cones and stuff. They don't even have a partner. It's just everything. They kind of force their way onto everything.
So they're like Magic Johnson.
They're like Magic Johnson.
Trees are like gay rapists.
They're like the Magic Johnson of nature.
Yeah.
Or the Bill Clinton of nature.
They're the Bill Clinton of nature.
Or the Jerry Sandusky of nature.
Or the Bill Cosby of nature.
Too
Allegedly.
He got off. So we're good. You can still watch the Cosby Show and feel good about it.
But it's always kind of like you get that split second of thinking during pollen season where you're like, man, this is really nasty.
But like my thing is like they'll sit there like if you're like an evolutionist, Big Bang theorist or whatever you want to call it, and you sit there and you make fun of like creationism, like how is that shit any more believable than like creationism? Like if anything, they're on equal playing fields of like ridiculousness. Like on one hand you have like, oh yeah, all these particles just came together, they exploded, humans came from apes over millions of years. On the other hand, there's some entity that created everything in intelligent design. Like, both are equally believable.
Both are equally believable and equally, like, just, like,
dismissible.
that doesn't sound possible whatsoever.
Yeah, to like the person who's the middle of the road, who's just, like, has no opinion either way and is waiting to be swayed, they all come in with their same leaps of faith, pretty much. You have to...
Both sound equally ridiculous.
You have to have faith in either one to actually be a believer of either one. You have to have faith.
And that's why atheism is a religion.
It's still kind of... Yeah, it is.
Yeah. We've talked about that before, Dylan, that, like, atheism is definitely a religion. Like, it's...
Atheism is, like, the most annoying religion ever, too.
Yeah.
It's the CrossFit of religion.
Yeah.
It's like if all CrossFitters were vegan, that's what atheism would be.
Well, all atheists are vegan.
Not all of them do CrossFit. Cause
all vegans are atheists, too.
I just like Joe Rogan's theory on everything. Like, everything was just, like, made by aliens. Like, let's go with that.
Dude, freaking the Joe Rogan...
See, that's also super believable to me. Reincarnation is super believable to me, too.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
You want to know what's believable to me? Joe Rogan and Alex Jones creating a freaking show.
I wish they would.
Dude.
I wish they would.
I mean, Alex Jones'
career... That would break the internet.
His career's up. Just get him drunk and stoned every week and put him on a podcast.
Well, hey, he smokes pot 6 times a year to test its potency.
Exactly. Yeah, we were just talking about that today.
That's the joke that always
George
comes
Soros
up. We're like, oh, we got to test the potency of this beer in case Soros is messing with it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you got to keep Soros on his toes, man.
Yeah, dude. Soros is messing with everything now.
Fucking Soros. Jesus, man. Like, who do you think is worse, George Soros or the Koch brothers?
I feel like they both worship the same demons. So
yeah, it's like when people like they get on me about like, oh, you believe in the Illuminati? That's silly. I'm like, how is it silly? Like, it's totally believable.
Like, honestly, I could totally believe that the Koch brothers and like George Soros are like golf buddies.
Oh, and yeah,
and they're just like both trying to like help make sure the world goes in their favor.
Absolutely.
All those like super rich elite people, I don't have a doubt in my mind that they're like the Rothschilds and them. I don't have a doubt in my mind that they all like collaborate together.
Yeah, like the Rockefellers and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
as far as them being like Satan worshiping lizard people, I don't know about all that. That seems like a stretch.
Just let your imagination run with it, you know. Like, I mean, they might be. I mean, I could see them being into some like freaky, weird, like sex stuff and like satanic stuff. Like, why not? Like, they're definitely.
I mean, the satanic part that's believable. I mean, there's a bunch of people who are Satanists now, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's like trendy.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
Have you ever seen the Alex Jones documentary about Bohemian Grove?
No.
Oh my god.
That's what got me woke. Like, Sam. This was like 5 years ago. Sam came over to my house and he like played that shit on YouTube for me. He's like, dude, watch this.
It was. I remember because we were watching it. It was late, and you were like, "I want to watch something." We were like trying to find it like a horror movie.
Yeah,
or something.
like on Netflix or something.
I was like, "You need to watch this," and I put that on. You're like, "We need to turn this off because it's messing with me." I was like, "No, we're gonna watch this all the way through."
I couldn't sleep that whole week after watching.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just type in Alex. Just type in Alex Jones Bohemian
Alex
Grove.
Jones Bohemian Grove. That's what got me into it too.
That woke me. I was woke. I was like reborn. I'm like,
Just
I saw the world totally different than I ever saw before.
That video could wake anyone. Like, that's not even like a debate. If anyone watches that video, even the strongest believer in government will have doubts.
Yeah. So it's basically just like a bunch of like politicians and like the George Soroses of the world and the Koch brothers of the world.
The Clintons and the Bushes, who are all documented being there.
And Reagan.
And Reagans.
Fuck Reagan, by the way.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate that guy. Worst president ever, Reagan.
I was thinking about something that I want to bring up. Has there ever been something that was like so left field woke that actually kind of had you convinced that you were afraid to bring up around someone else?
The flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
That's a good point. Yeah,
for sure. Where do you stand on the flat Earth? I know we're standing on the flat Earth, but where do you stand on it, Dylan?
In North Carolina.
I don't believe in it. I think the Earth is round.
Have you researched it?
I have. But then again, I'm also of the mindset that, like, you know, I believe that every single thing that I know could actually just really be some massive conspiracy. So I don't know 100% if anything I believe in is actually.
That's the major key to everything.
That's the way I think. I look at it like, wow, this could be real or it could not be. I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand what effect it has either way. So I'm just gonna live, I guess.
My thing is, like, I've seen a valid reason like why people would try to say the Earth is round. I don't know the reason why people would try to say the Earth is flat.
That's the other thing too. I was like, okay, the big conspiracy. What if the Earth is flat? What were they trying to hide?
They don't get any benefit out of it. Well, what they were trying to hide is like that, like the Earth is round, Big Bang Theory. We're just like a small little planet out of the whole world. It's like a NASA conspiracy, basically.
Either way, like
intelligent life on other planets conspiracy.
No matter what you believe as far as design or beginning, the flat Earth and round Earth are capable either way. Like, they could have come from either beginning. I don't understand what the big deal is or like why there would be a conspiracy to cover it up.
The flat Earth was just like, it was a foregone conclusion that the Earth was flat until like Galileo came around, and Galileo was like Illuminati. So
yeah, because they couldn't see from above.
Well,
that's pretty much what happened.
Did Galileo see it from above?
No. He just went around. He
was just dicking. No, he was just dicking around.
Galileo was the telescope guy. He wasn't the traveler.
He was the stars. He followed the stars.
Yeah, but like he came with some bullshit like, oh yeah, the stars say the Earth is round, not flat. It's like no, like, but basically like it was like Christians that believed the Earth was flat, and then like all the New Age scientists like Darwinism came in and kind of like came with the theory that the Earth is round.
I'm pretty sure it was well before Darwinism.
It was like the
It depends on your YouTube research. It depends.
It depends on your YouTube research.
Depends on what sources you're citing.
In Jared's ideal mind, Darwin created the round Earth conspiracy, and South Park created crippled people.
No. South Park created crippled people that wear those canes with a yellow shirt and that stutter.
Correction.
On television.
South Park invented canes.
Timmy.
Did South Park also invent wheelchairs?
Timmy. I don't know. Yeah.
With Jimmy.
No, it's just Timmy.
Actually, Timmy's in the wheelchair. Jimmy is the crutches guy.
Yeah, Jimmy came up with the greatest joke ever, the fish sticks joke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Dude, that is a good joke. I watched that episode at your house.
Yeah, that was the best. That's like my top Mount Rushmore. That's on my Mount Rushmore South Park episode.
That's on my Mount Rushmore of jokes.
Oh, dude, jeez, that's like such a good episode.
But anyway, I want to hear Dylan's answer to this question. Dylan, has there ever been a moment where you saw something that was so woke you were afraid to admit to anyone else that you kind of believed it?
Kinda, and I'm afraid to admit it now.
Oh, let's go there, baby. I'm like 3 Cora's banquets in. I'm ready to go.
Huh. Let me think. I mean, there's been a couple of them. Probably the most notable example would be when I accidentally stumbled across like some like weird shit on YouTube.
It's a great start.
Like, it was about like 9/11, and it was about how like aliens and 9/11 basically.
Oh, aliens did 9/11?
I just bit my beer.
Aliens did 9/11.
I may or may not have been extremely under the influence when I watched it. And I was watching it with my roommates, and they like got like terrified that aliens were like going to abduct us.
Oh shit!
Because we watched the video.
What is that video called by the way? If by chance you remember.
Oh, I have no idea. This
was just asking for a friend.
Just for a friend.
Yeah.
I watched this probably in like November of last year.
Just gonna Google aliens 9/11.
To be honest, I just want to take a like week-long trip out to New Mexico or like lower Colorado and just sit out in a field and look for lights. Because it happens all the time out there. I just want to look for lights. See, I'm like, okay, what is your stance on aliens? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, Jared?
Yes, but here's the condition.
What's the condition?
Aliens are demons from hell.
Oh, shit. That is woke.
Like mine is that aliens are just humans, but from like our original planet.
Like Clintons?
Ooh, yeah. Lizard
no,
people?
they're literally they're just like regular old humans. But like, I mean, I read a couple years ago that there was a scientist who said that humans like evolved on another planet because our bodies run on like a 25-hour schedule and we get sunburned.
What?
And we have bad backs and stuff.
True.
Yeah. I guess. True. Yeah. That makes sense if you think about it. Mine is like, like the Egyptians, like, oh, how did the Egyptians build the pyramids? Like, sure, it was like aliens, but they were demons. It was like from
Did you not see
Satan.
the schematics? They found schematics.
That's
and tunnels, like
that's technical talk.
They found
it's fake news.
They found like
sounds like fake news.
They actually figured out how they made them like not too long ago.
It sounds like fake
Maybe
news.
like 4 years.
Or like the Mayans, like with the calendar. It's like sure, like I bet Satan gave them that power. Like I believe like all these cultures that like advanced in science like sold their souls to the devil, and like they thought they saw aliens, but it was actually just like Satan and demons.
I think actually what happened is that they were kings, and the white man spread smallpox and killed them.
Ooh.
Gave them SARS blankets?
Like Hitler.
Yeah.
They say like Hitler, like all the Nazi technology came from aliens. I think it was just like from Satan.
Nazi technology came from smart-ass Germans.
I think it just came from America.
Nazi technology came from like super smart racist people.
I was going to say from America.
Dude,
but,
you really are underestimating how motivated racism can make people.
Yeah, they like really wanted to kill Jews and like go to the moon so they could like not have any Jews there too.
See, like that's like okay, that makes sense on one level, but on another level, it's like really like one dude just hated Jews so much that he was going to take over the whole world, and like America had nothing to do with it.
Think about it this way though. Let's say our economy collapses like in the next like 2 years, right? And then 10 years from now, some dude comes along and says that like we're like in utter poverty. Everybody like is in utter poverty. And then all of a sudden, some dude's like, "Yeah, it was Mexicans," or like,
that sounds familiar.
Hungarians or something like that.
Even better, like it wasn't like the whole Hitler Nazi thing wasn't all about Jews. Like, imagine if like 50, 60 years ago, if it would have gone the other way and our economy was going down, and the president was just like, "Yeah, it's black people. They're the reason why everything sucks." Everybody would have been like, "Yeah, I can see that. I understand," and it would have been the same thing.
It was Native Americans.
It was Native Americans.
Yeah.
It was everybody who isn't white.
They took our jobs. South Park.
If we just said it's Germans, all Germans are terrible, and we just went around and killed all the Germans.
That's not too far from the truth. I don't know. Shit, y'all are waking me up here. So okay, here's a question. Do you think the Antichrist is alive right now, or has he not been born yet? And what is the Antichrist going to look like?
A normal person?
If I had to guess a living person to be the Antichrist, it would either be Tim Tebow or the lead singer of Mercy Me.
Classic.
I can only imagine.
But based
that
on
song is classic.
Based on the information we're given, I think it's so overplayed. Like every 10 or 20 years, everybody's like, "Oh, this is the end."
Dude, I saw it.
Like it's progressively getting to the point where it's like it can't get worse than this. It's the end of
times.
times.
What annoys me about church is every time I go to church, like the pastor's talking about, "We're in the end times, man. Look at what's going on." I'm like, shit, like, what do you think they thought in World War II?
Yeah.
Like, or Napoleon. Who the fuck do you think they thought Napoleon was? Like, everybody's always thought they were in the end times.
Historically, it's been going on for a long time. Like, the realest people...
It's been going on for, like, 2,000 years now. Like, ever since Jesus left. Like,
everybody thought,
people thought it's
like,
the end times.
The realest
like,
people...
the day Jesus left, everybody thought he was coming back the next day. Like, shit's pretty bad, man. Jesus is gonna come back, like, now.
Yeah.
He just left. Shit's pretty bad.
Jesus to Christians is like that dad that went out for cigarettes a few years back and never came back.
Yeah.
But he's gonna come back and, like, pay all our debt off. And, like, buy us a new car and a house.
Except he's like, I'm gonna come back, but only when it's really bad. And every day you're like, I don't think it could get worse.
Like,
and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
He's like, you're the kid, and you're about to, like, go and, like, hang yourself, but then your dad comes back and is like, don't do that.
But yeah, like, the realest people will admit to
Jesus.
you, it's like, I'm not gonna say at the end times or anywhere close, because I don't think we're in the worst of times yet. Like, even like, I don't know, subjectively, our era isn't even that shitty. I think subjectively, the situation we're in right now isn't that bad.
My life's pretty fucking good. I'm sitting here shitting the breeze with you guys about stupid shit, drinking a couple quarters.
We're on the ultimate, like,
my life's not that bad yet.
Of free speech on the internet and everything. We're not being censored. Like, as far as world peace goes, there's war, but there's always been war.
War is just part of our economy.
Yeah. Like, I really don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
Our economy without war would just collapse.
And also, like, as far as the worldview goes right now, if you don't look at your life right now and enjoy how good it is, all you're going to do is 20 years later wish you were in the times right now.
What's the Ferris Bueller quote? Like, life moves too fast. If you don't slow down, you might miss it.
Yeah.
I love that quote. Good-ass movie. If we Mount Rushmore 80s movies, that's on there for me.
Yeah.
Risky Business, Ferris Bueller.
I love how we just went from the Antichrist to, like, Mount Rushmore 80s movies.
When did Rambo First Blood come out?
Ooh, First Blood. Yeah, that's got to be on there.
Rocky
82.
Oh, no,
82.
Terminator.
82.
First Blood.
Fucking
Breakfast Club.
Predator.
I don't like Predator.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's retarded. That's a bad
I think Carl Weathers is, like, the worst actor ever.
Except in Arrested Development.
Except in Arrested Development. Outside of that, he's awful.
Those, like, beer commercials he was in, those are pretty good.
But anyway.
Anyhow. Dude, speaking of Arrested Development, does anybody remember, like, the newest season of Arrested Development?
It was awful.
Yeah, it was bad, but, like, you know the reference about the Fantastic Four movie?
Can we pause for a second?
Sure.
So, in Arrested Development, you're like, wow, that girl's hot. And then you're like, oh, shoot, that's Ellen DeGeneres' wife. Then in the last season...
Wait, who's that?
Michael's older sister.
She's really Ellen's wife?
Portia de Rossi, that's her wife.
Fuck, she's hot.
In the last season, she comes back and you're like, good lord, what monster is that? Like, all that plastic surgery she had.
I didn't think it was the same person. I thought it was a different actor.
It looks very bad. But anyway, go ahead.
Sure. What was it? Oh, you know how they, like, reference, like, the unmade Fantastic Four movie?
Yeah.
Like, and, like, that's, like, Tobias is, like, running a musical based off of that or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I watched a documentary on Hulu. Like, that was actually a real thing. I thought that was just a joke for the show, but, like, that actually happened. Like,
really?
They made a Fantastic Four movie that was never released just so, like, 20th Century Fox could keep the rights to it.
What?
Yeah, like, it's on Hulu. Like, look it up. It's, but it's
the
like...
The movie itself is on Hulu?
Yeah, it's the documentary. The documentary is, not the actual movie.
What's it called? I'm about to look it up.
Shit, I forget. It's probably on my... If you go on my profile, it's probably, like, most recent.
Alright.
But, it was just, like, talking about, like, how they... Doomed. It's called Doomed.
Doomed.
And they were, like, just talking about, like... Yeah, like, they gave this, like, cheap-ass film production company... They only made, like, cheesy sci-fi movies. They gave that production company $1 million to go make this Fantastic Four movie in 94. And, like, they casted it. They shot the whole movie. But, like, they never released it or anything. Oh, did you just turn your PlayStation on?
Yeah. Accidentally.
Oh, nice.
That was the PlayStation starter.
We heard that. But, like, they made the entire movie and, like, casted all these people for it and wrote the script. And, like, it was never released because, like, Stan Lee and them, like, that was never intended to be released into theaters or anything for the public. It was only made so, like, this company could keep the rights to it and they could, like, make the big budget one in, like, 2000 when the shitty one came out. Like, you know, that was, like, a big budget blockbuster.
I'm gonna be honest. All three Fantastic Four movies are fucking awful.
They're garbage.
Dude, I remember seeing that first one. I was like a kid. I'm like, God, this is shitty, man. Like, I'm like,
I was really excited to see it, and then when I saw it, I was just very disappointed.
Same. Like, I saw it, and I thought this was like, I don't know what it is about Marvel, like the dumbest movies until, I don't know, maybe I like the first Spider-Man movie, like
Tobey Maguire one.
The first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, and then it was just bad until Iron Man 1.
Yeah, that was even.
That was
the
solid.
Avengers was good.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really a big fan of like any of those like Marvel Cinematic Universe films.
It's
Not
really just like a bad trend for like the 2000s and above. It's like a bad trend. Like, oh, let's go catch the new superhero flick. It's like they're all shitty movies.
Pretty much. But I'll tell you what. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises.
Those were legit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those were legit.
Amazing.
Movies.
Oh, amazing.
Amazing movies.
Like, they were, like, legit, like, directed, real scripts, like, real, like,
I don't
compelling storyline.
Even if they weren't superhero movies, they would have made great, like, action, like, thrillers.
Christian Bale is an amazing Batman. Like, I don't care what numbers come out for any other movies. There's never been a superhero movie better than The Dark Knight.
No, absolutely not.
Not at all.
No. But it's kind of funny that documentary was talking about, like, back in the 80s when they were trying to make, like, all these Marvel movies. And they were, like, just, like, really cheesy, like the Captain America movie, like the Hulk.
I've seen that movie before, too.
The Hulk TV series of Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno?
Like, how cheesy that shit was. Like,
that TV series was intense.
So, like, the people that were making...
It actually wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it was, like...
It was
more of, like, an 80s, like, drama than it was a superhero TV show.
But, like, back then, like, the Marvel movies were, like, stupid shit. Like, it wasn't, like, what it is today. Yeah. So, like, the people that were making that fake Fantastic Four movie were like, hey, I can actually buy that we're making this movie, like, because all the other movies have been, like, cheesy and whatnot till now. But now it's, like, turned into this, like, multi-billion empire Marvel has. Like, and those movies, like, gross millions of dollars no matter what shit they put out.
Yeah.
It's all because they got bought out by Disney.
Pretty much.
Basically. Dude, and Star Wars, dude. Have you heard about that Han Solo movie?
I've heard that they're making one. I haven't heard anything about it yet, though.
Well, yeah, they're, like, filming it now, but, like, they had 2 directors on it, and they just, like, fired both directors, and now, like, Ron Howard is now directing the movie.
Interesting.
But, like, Childish Gambino is going to be, like, Lando Calrissian. There's some other big name actor in it, too, but it just sounds like a shitstorm. Speaking
of Han Solo, though, well, actually, I guess not really speaking of him, but related to a character played by the same actor. Am I the only one of the opinion that if they were to ever remake the Indiana Jones movies, or reboot them at least, that Chris Pratt should play Indiana Jones?
That's a good take.
That's not a bad pick.
I could definitely see that.
I could see that.
I kind of feel the same way about him playing Han Solo too, though, in the movie.
But
I feel like if they made it kind of like a buddy action film about him and Lando, but
like
with
Chewbacca.
Chris Pratt and
that's the thing I could see.
That would have been really good.
Like, if they rebooted Indiana Jones with Chris Pratt, it would be more like a comedy buddy movie than like the badass actor who's kind of funny sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, I could see it happening.
They were kind of trying to do that. I felt like they were like when that 4th Indiana Jones movie that we won't speak of other than now because it was a terrible movie.
The best.
It wasn't an Indiana Jones movie. It was fan fiction that unfortunately got produced.
It was fan fiction. But like I felt like they were trying to like reboot it with Shia LaBeouf. Like but then like Shia LaBeouf went off the radar. And that movie just did.
I think that's what they were trying to do. Then
but that movie was
realized how awful it was.
Yeah, that movie was just so bad and had such bad fan response they couldn't do it.
The movie was written so terribly, but Shia LaBeouf could have taken over that role. I think so.
What?
No, he's not a very good actor.
But my thing is like you could remake those movies, but like. Nobody would go see him.
The worst part about that
without Harrison Ford
is that he was already invested into the Transformers series, and he wasn't a terrible actor in those movies, but those movies were just terrible.
That's a pretty bad series.
I disagree. Michael Bay is one of the greatest directors. He's on my Mount Rushmore of directors.
James Cameron's better.
James Cameron's a hack.
Ooh,
I gotta go with Martin Scorsese.
Scorsese for sure. Tarantino or Scorsese?
Lucas.
What was that old guy? The crazy one. Did War of the Worlds.
Oh.
Made Citizen Kane. I can't remember his name for some reason.
Shit.
That guy, and then Michael Bay.
I'll figure it out. It's
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles.
Yeah.
Orson Welles.
What about Spielberg? He's more of a producer, though.
Spielberg's a hack too.
Really?
Not into it. Yeah.
I'm not into Spielberg movies outside of like Saving Private Ryan and E.T.
Yeah, I was about to say
and Jaws,
E.T.
I
is
guess.
classic.
Saving Private Ryan is a good ass movie.
Who
a great movie.
directed Back to the Future? Was it Spielberg?
Was it?
I don't know.
I can Google it.
I feel like he any good 80s movie
I feel like he produced it but didn't direct it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He directed Indiana Jones, though.
Yeah.
The director was Robert Zemeckis.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
He directed Breakfast Club, too, didn't he?
I never saw that movie.
No, John Hughes did.
Oh, fuck that movie.
John Hughes is like, actually, in all reality, though, John Hughes ought to be on any Mount Rushmore of directors.
Robert Zemeckis.
Robert Zemeckis.
I would say, like, most overrated movie of all time is The Breakfast Club for me.
Really?
I've never seen it.
Oh, he directed
It's
Forrest
so
Gump.
good. So good.
The dude that directed Back to the Future directed Forrest Gump. I didn't know that.
He also directed
Really?
Flight.
Ooh, and Castaway.
And Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
And Castaway. That's a good
That's
movie.
top 3 all time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, Flight?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
True. Yeah, I've never actually seen that.
Great movie.
I remember I went to saw Flight in theaters with my grandmother, and, like, the opening scene was, like, Denzel Washington, like, snorting crack off a stripper's ass or something like that, bare ass. And my grandma's like, do you want to leave? I'm like, no, we paid for it, and we might as well watch it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not leaving.
I've actually never seen that movie.
It's terrible.
Flight. Now, why are you in my room?
Yeah.
Get out.
Breakfast Club is terrible to me. I hated that movie. I hated every single minute of that movie.
I never saw it.
You know, the movie I really hate is Gladiator.
I never saw that
seen
either.
that one.
Well, I had a roommate a couple years ago who all he would do is play Skyrim and watch Gladiator.
Skyrim.
Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say he would play Skyrim all night, and then when I woke up every morning, he would have, like, Gladiator playing on mute.
Speaking of that,
Like, no captions or anything on either.
I would hang out with my friend all the time in high school, and I would stay over at his house, and I would stay up all night, and he would go to bed, and he would tell me, he's like, bro, you can do whatever you want, but if I wake up, you better not be playing Nazi zombies, because I'm gonna get a nightmare. So, like, this is like World of War at times. So like 07, 08, when it was just popping, like when Modern Warfare came out. But I think World at War came out at 08, so maybe 08, 09. He's like, you are not allowed to play Nazi zombies while I'm sleeping because I'm gonna have nightmares.
Yeah, dude. I only dream of liberty at night. By the way, happy 4th of July to the troops out there. We love you.
Celebrate the troops. I'm gonna
Unlike
tell you what.
J.J. Watt, J.J. Watt kind of hates the troops.
Really?
So.
Yeah, fuck J.J. Watt.
What's the story behind that? I didn't hear that.
Oh, I don't know. I just made that up.
His uncle was a troop.
Go away! Go away! Get out!
Sir, hey, excuse me.
Get out!
Do you
When he was in the Marines.
do you have a do
He's
you have
trying to be woke here. And
do you have
like,
time to represent a U.S. military veteran, John Cena?
John Cena? Dude, if there's nobody more patriotic than John Cena.
John Cena's he's honestly like a modern day Rambo.
No, he is our Eisenhower. He's our Patton.
He's like if Ronald Reagan was a wrestler. That's who John Cena would be.
John Cena is this generation's Patton.
Absolutely.
Dude,
He's like Mad Dog Mattis, Patton, and Andre the Giant all rolled into one.
as a wrestler. I feel like we referenced this earlier, but Ronald Reagan's the worst person that ever lived.
Ronald Reagan was Barack Obama for white people.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's been my statement, and I stick by it. He was Barack Obama for white people.
I saw a tweet. It was like
I was actually just about to bring that tweet up too.
yeah, he was like taking a picture of some black kids at a tennis match, and he had like a Gucci belt on, and like somebody tweeted like, "Oh, dude, Ronald Reagan like had clout," and then somebody retweeted that and said like, "Yeah, like Gucci and drug dealers go together like peanut butter and jelly."
I was gonna say I saw another one very similar to that said drug dealers have always worn Gucci belts.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dude, that dude's like the reason why there's a coke epidemic.
Not anymore. It's not really a coke epidemic.
Well,
It's a heroin
now.
epidemic now.
That's
And that's
still his
actually
fault.
George. That's like Clinton and Bush's fault.
Fun fact, the craziest person I've ever met in my life, and I am dead serious with you, like crazy to the point where it scared me to have a conversation with this person. I don't know if any of this is true, but
Probably
he
is.
claimed to be in the military, right? He claimed to be working for Central Intelligence as a military operative. He said that he worked in South America as like a contract killer and also a cocaine smuggler. And the only reason why I bring this up and kind of admit to it is because some of the stories that he told me were like scary accurate and so true that it's like hard for me to believe that he wasn't involved in any way. But he was also like so mentally unstable to the point where I was afraid to be around him. But so there was one day where we were having a conversation. Me and another one of my colleagues were talking to this person because his business that he was involved in was in proximity to me. So we were having a conversation one day, and he was going on his crazy CIA rant about how he would do cocaine in South America and smuggle it, and he was a contract killer and all this stuff. And something came up about Obama because it was still under his administration. And somebody was like, I kind of get the impression that he's trying hard to do something. And like the second that he admitted that Obama was like trying to be a good politician, this dude's eyes got wider than I've ever seen anybody, and like he got that crazy look in his eye like he was about to kill somebody. So we had to like hard steer the conversation away so he didn't go ballistic and kill us all. And like that's another reason why I understand like this dude's mentally unstable and there's a good chance that everything he's telling me is true.
Yeah.
But
if you're that passionate about something,
that would have been under the Reagan administration when this dude was in the military.
I feel like Reagan is when like shit really went bad. It's like under his administration because like he was just like special interest and stuff. Like that's when shit really went south for politics in America.
He deregulated just a little too much.
Yeah, I think the major.
But then again, what's his face? Carter was also like one of the worst presidents ever too.
The biggest problem with Ronald Reagan wasn't that he was the most corrupt. It's that he let everything come into light.
Yeah. Well, he was just so like they could be more open about it because he was just such a smooth talker.
Yeah.
Just kind of like Obama was. Like Obama was just that like smooth guy that could just like kind of gloss over any issue because he just had that presence about him. Like George W. Bush couldn't get away with shit because he was retarded as hell and like sounded like a moron anytime he talked.
Yeah.
I guess Bill Clinton was kind of the same way too. Like Bill Clinton could just like talk himself out of any situation.
Hey, they didn't call him Slick Willie for nothing.
Hell yeah. See, Bush was perfect for like conservative Christians because they just believed anything he said because he's just like, I believe in the Bible. And they're like, he's fine. He didn't do anything bad. But
I wonder if a lot of
everybody else, he was like an idiot.
I wonder if conservative Christians like back then realized that he was like a former cokehead and.
Nah, they don't care. They didn't care. Like my dad was like the biggest Bush dude until like the election now with like Trump. And, like, Bush bashed Trump. He's like, I don't like Bush anymore. I'm like, oh, really? That's what did it for you?
Yeah.
Bush not supporting Trump is what did it for you? not all the other shit? Like, the fact that his grandfather was, like, a Nazi or any of that? Like, that didn't...
Nazi sympathizer, not
Nazi. Exactly. He was a sympathizer, not a Nazi.
Okay. So,
huge difference.
Sure.
Just like I'm an IRA sympathizer, but I'm not a member of the IRA.
Exactly.
Or like the fact that like the Bushes like did business with the Bin Ladens, like had business.
I was about to say, or the fact that George Bush is a Al Qaeda sympathizer, but not an actual member.
Allegedly
Al Qaeda.
Hey, it's a big difference, all right.
But like the fact that like George W. Bush went and endorsed Donald Trump at the RNC that's what did it for my dad. That's what I was like, yeah, I don't like Bush anymore.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't like Bush anymore. I'm like, oh, good. I'm like,
Jesus, you're 16 years too late to that party.
I'm like, you glad you came around.
Wow.
That's what kills me though. Like, it's like people like my parents are like, yeah, Bush was good, but Obama was terrible. I'm like, no, you don't get it. Like,
my parents do the same thing. They're not very woke.
No.
So.
I think that's the problem. Like, I hate to be a child, like saying our generation is the best, but we are the woke generation.
We're the best since the
for
flower
sure.
Since the flower children.
It's
we're the
because
best.
it's because Alex Jones is more in access to our generation that we are the most woke, but like the past generation, not woke at all.
Yeah, they didn't have an Alex Jones, though. Think about it. They didn't have an Alex Jones leading the light.
They did, like 10, 20 years ago, they did, but he didn't have the reach. They're so sleep that they don't know.
Yeah.
They're just sleep. And that's just what happens.
But, like, think about our grandparents. They didn't have an Alex Jones, like, telling them what was right and what was wrong.
They did. Our grandparents did not. But you know what? I don't hold it against them.
Well, your grandparents, my grandparents were the flower, like, you know, the flower children.
True.
My parents are young, so.
But still, they didn't have the Alex Jones.
But they smoked weed. So.
Your parents had a Charlie Mason. They didn't have an Alex Jones.
Charlie Manson?
Yeah.
Same difference. Yeah.
Who was that? Was that the dude that ate people? That was Dahmer.
That's Jeffrey Dahmer, dude. Did you know that...
Mount Rushmore...
First of all, Charlie Manson didn't do anything wrong either.
Mount Rushmore serial killers.
Do you know that Charles Manson had a recorded album?
Yeah, I actually know of one of his songs only because Guns N' Roses made a cover of it.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses and the Beach Boys covered it.
What?
Look at your game.
Yeah, the Beach Boys covered it.
So
dude,
right now.
What's the dude's name from the Beach Boys? I can't remember.
Beach Boy.
The guitar player. He was like really close with Charles Manson. They recorded a lot of music together.
I'm so woke right now.
That's nuts. I did not know the Beach Boys were down like that.
The Beach Boys and Charles Manson are tied together.
Like, that dude's insane. I've seen, like, video clips of him, like, interviews in jail, and, like, the dude's, like, literally insane.
He's insane.
Oh, he's a nut.
Damn. Is Jeffrey Dahmer still alive, or did he die?
He got murdered in prison.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
But no, dude, Axl Rose, like, used to wear, like, t-shirts of, like, Charles Manson's face on it, like, all the time. Actually, and I think it's the music video for, I want to say it's Estranged.
Sweet Child.
He's like wearing, like, a Charles Manson t-shirt as he's, like, being, like, baptized or, like, jumps into a river or some shit like that.
That's not, like, some trendy shit, like, now, like, somebody would wear, like, a Osama Bin Laden shirt now, some liberal would, and think it's trendy or something. Like, I don't know. Some bullshit.
I want to find, like, some historical figure that, like, was, like, somewhat controversial. And, like, where, like, maybe, like, Richard Nixon.
Or, like, Castro. Fidel Castro.
Or Che Guevara.
Yeah, I've never understood, like, why, like, Che Guevara shirts were popular.
Me neither. I don't get it.
I don't know who
like,
that is.
Che was first of all, the people who wear it are, like, usually, like, self-proclaimed, like, feminists and, like, liberals and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was, like, a mass rapist and serial killer.
Yeah.
It's like when Fidel Castro died, liberals were like, oh, man, he liberated Cuba. It's like, until he oppressed them.
You know who it is? You know who the figure is that we need to make shirts for? Kim Il-sung, the first dictator of North Korea.
Ooh.
Kim Il-sung.
Just... oh, damn.
I hate to warn you guys, but I'm woke on, like, an over 9,000 level.
Oh.
It's over 9,000.
Okay.
By far.
Wait, what? 9,000 what?
It's a joke you don't get.
It's over 9,000.
Shit, I don't get it.
Jared doesn't get it. Jared doesn't get it because he's not woke.
Fuck that. I'm woke as hell. Dude, I think, like, Illuminati Jews wrote the Bible, dude. I'm woke as hell. Like, I think a rogue group of Jews that were a part of the Illuminati went and wrote the New Testament. That's how woke I am.
Because the Illuminati existed 4,000 years ago?
Yeah. They've existed from the beginning of time.
Templar and shit, so...
Yeah, like the Crusaders
play
and shit.
Assassin's Creed, you'll get even more woke.
Oh, dude, Assassin's Creed is like the woke video game.
Watch Indiana Jones, the third Indiana Jones movie, you'll get woke.
Dude, that's...
Last Crusade is the best Indiana Jones movie.
By far.
National Treasure. Watch National Treasure.
National Treasure 2 is the greatest movie ever
Nicolas
made.
Nicolas Cage might be on the Mount Rushmore for meme actors.
No, just actors.
I don't know.
Hey, speaking of meme actors, the guy that played Robbie Rodden is like on his deathbed right now.
Oh, from
Lazy Town.
Lazy Town.
Yeah.
I saw that.
What the fuck?
How shitty is that?
That's beat, dude.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of bummed out about that, actually.
Next is gonna be Plankton.
What the fuck are y'all talking about?
How could Plankton be on his deathbed? He's a cartoon character.
The voice actor.
Isn't he played by the guy that plays SpongeBob?
I don't know, probably.
I heard the dude that played Blue's Clues was like a child rapist.
That's not true.
No, that's bullshit.
Is that fake news?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Robbie?
Yeah, no, he actually was just like going bald and wanted to like pursue an adult music career while he still had the chance. and it didn't work out. So now he's back to making children's music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, the Wiggles have made a killing. The Wiggles probably sold more albums than Nirvana.
Probably.
Dude, the Wiggles. Speaking of the Wiggles and killing, one of their actors killed himself
What?
like 10 years ago.
Shit, which one was it? The purple one?
The yellow one, I think.
Oh, true. I could see him having some issues. Damn. I remember my grandpa used to say, he said the Wiggles were the Elvis of Australia.
Wow.
I've heard they were like super popular over there.
Yeah.
Like even like with non-children too. Like
yeah, like they would just like sell out arenas of like adults or something.
Yeah, this dude from the Wiggles killed himself.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Paul Hester.
Wait, that actually did happen?
Yeah, Paul Hester.
Which one was he? The yellow one or the blue one or the purple one?
We'll figure out.
Damn. I feel like it's a whole new cast though from like the original squad. That's like all 4 new guys.
Paul Hester was...
Oh, he was the yellow one.
I don't know if he was.
Shit.
Or was he
I
the
was
blue
completely
one?
accurate about something for once.
Not fake news.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
He like all these pictures of him look super young. He looks like super like drugged out in the Wiggles.
Because he was in like a real band before the Wiggles.
Yeah.
Well, he was in...
I feel like all those guys were though. They were like in real bands, then struggled to find the like money or whatever, like band to play with, and then
So
just like
instead of Christian music, they made children's music.
yeah. I feel like those are like the two like next steps. Like once your like mainstream music career doesn't work out, like you either go to children's music or you go to making Christian music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Christian music is the biggest joke in the world of any, like the biggest joke ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Like-
Because I'm like for the most part, like literally the only difference between like mainstream pop music and Christian music is the label Christian music.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's literally the South Park episode describes. I mean, we've referenced South Park so many times tonight, but like it describes it perfectly. That episode about the Christian rock,
Except like
like where he just changes the words "baby" and "sex" to like Jesus and love.
pretty much.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Because like the way pop music is now, like I can't stand listening to the radio because it drives me crazy. But even now more than ever, like they're getting so blatant about like references towards pretty much drugs and alcohol abuse and sex.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even implied anymore. It's just direct.
Yeah, at least it used to be
Very
like
out in the open.
Like
Yeah.
it used to be clever, like Summer of '69. That was a clever way to like disguise sex and
There's-
assume sex, but now it's just like out in the open.
There's
like,
no edginess anymore in pop music because it's just all out, like everything.
there's no fun to it. It's
No.
just like straight up like, hey, you want to fuck? I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's write a song about it.
That's pretty much pop music, yeah.
Yeah. Sad.
There's nothing when you listen to the radio, there's no song that you can hear and listen into and be like, man, I didn't understand this song until I really listened to the lyrics. There's not a single song you can think of like that. Except for
I disagree. Everything in the World by Insane Clown Posse.
That's a good song. Good song.
Fire, air, water, and earth. Fucking magnets. How do they work? Like, what does that even mean?
That's very deep. I have to
Those
say.
are like some of the deepest lyrics that have ever been written.
Yeah,
That's up there with like baby, baby, baby. Oh, like that's
baby, baby, baby. Oh. What about? I saw Justin Bieber. He has that new song Despacito out, and he's like singing Spanish in it. But he was like doing it at a concert, and he's like, and he didn't know the words.
taco, burrito.
Yeah, he's
taco.
like taco, burrito. I don't know the words. Doritos. And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, the problem with that is
Die.
that they translated his part. Everything else is in Spanish. The reason why that song is popular is because there's a Hispanic artist.
It's like
that-
Santana. It's
No, it's not like Santana.
Wasn't there like an original version of it first without him, and then he like
Yeah.
remixed it?
Well, that's
and
the
added
thing.
a verse?
There was like a Hispanic artist that was rich enough to get a Justin Bieber feature. So they just translated his part. He doesn't know any Spanish. He can't sing that part.
Mhm.
So then they play it on the radio all the time, which is what the original artist intended by hiring Justin Bieber. And then everybody's like, oh, I love this song. I don't know what it means at all, but it's got Justin Bieber and a catchy, like, Latin beat, so it's fun. That song, more than ever, like, solidifies my distaste for pop music in general. Like, being in the car with somebody who actually listens to a radio station hurts my head.
Really?
It hurts. I can't.
I'm gonna be honest. I have to listen to one Taylor Swift song a day.
Taylor Swift. See, I can understand that, and I would go down I would gladly pay for like her first 3 or 4 albums up until Red. I would buy every Taylor Swift album up until Red, and I could listen to them every day. But like just listening to the radio, I can't commit to listening to one genre.
The gayest shit you've ever said.
Taylor Swift is a banger.
I'm honestly a Swiftie. Like I have to admit that.
I'm
like,
a Swiftie too.
Swift.
I'm not
She's
gonna
overrated,
lie.
but I love her music.
There's so much better shit out there than her.
There's not.
There really
Don't
is.
you ever fucking say that again.
I would totally take...
That's fake news, Jared.
That sounded like a threat.
We're gonna block you from this podcast.
That might have been.
Because that's fake news. That's fake news.
I would take Demi Lovato over Taylor Swift.
That is fake news.
That's just
or Selena Gomez.
That's fake news.
That would be like saying oh my god, that'd be like saying like you would want like McDonald's over like In-N-Out or Five Guys.
Yeah, Five. It's like saying I like McDonald's over Five Guys.
Five Guys is too complicated with the fries.
Hey,
like
I don't know why, but that reminds me. Do you remember that waitress we had at Steak and Shake?
oh my god, that was the
She
worst.
was so great, wasn't she?
That was the worst customer service experience ever. So like, well, I forget even what happened. Like just like we ordered and she just like was really weird about the orders and stuff.
She's like, "Are you sure you want a double cheeseburger?"
Yeah, it's like, are you sure that's
Sure
what you want?
you want a shake?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure. And then she brought you, like, you asked for, like, a milkshake menu, and she brings you, like, the shit they put on the table for, like, a placemat.
Yeah.
And she's like, and it was, like, the holiday flavors. She's like, here's the milkshake menu. And you're like, I'm pretty sure that's not the full milkshake menu. And and you were just like, fuck it, I'll get vanilla.
I was with my friend. We went from North Carolina to Georgia for a BMX race, right? And so we stop on the way to get food at a McDonald's. And, like, I know the menu. I know that you can get 2 McDoubles. They're $1 each,
Yeah,
right?
$1 menu.
So I'm like, I want 2 McDoubles, and I'll get a large sweet tea. That'll be $3 plus tax, right?
Sure.
And the lady's like, "Are you sure you don't want the like number 6? It's 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
It's 2 cheeseburgers
fries.
with fries and a drink." I'm like, "No. I want 2 McDoubles and a drink. I don't want fries. I don't want a combo because that combo's like $6." And she like forces me. She was insisting for like 10 minutes. Like every time I would say, I'm like, "No, I want what I ordered." She's like, "No, but you don't get it because you could get the 2 cheeseburgers and the." I was like, "No, just let me get what I ordered." Until I gave up. I was like, "Fine, whatever you want to put into the machine, I will eat. Okay, I'm done. I give up. I'm hungry. I want to get my food." She broke me.
She broke
me.
She broke you down.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to a fucking McDonald's one time. I got that meal you're speaking of, the 2 cheeseburger meal with fries and a drink.
Yeah.
I ordered it with only cheese, plain cheese. So it's like on my lunch break for work. I unwrap my burger, take a bite. I look at it. There's no fucking patty. It's just like a bun and cheese. I was like, hold up. I took another bite. I'm like, shit, there's no fucking bun. So I ate it because I was hungry. I'm like, it's like a grilled cheese. So I ate it. I go to get my other burger, and there was a patty on it. So at first when I took a bite of the first burger with no patty, I was like, maybe they're so fucking retarded. They thought when I said only cheese, I meant I only wanted bread and cheese and no burger. Maybe that's like how fucking retarded they were. But then I unwrapped the other burger, and there was a patty on it. I'm like, oh no, they're like another level of retarded. They just forgot to put a patty on my burger.
Yeah.
Like, there's like no, they just legit forgot to put a patty on a cheeseburger. I'm like, oh, that's like a new level of fucking retarded.
I've got a better story. So we were racing BMX in Burlington one time, and we leave the track because it's a night race. It's probably like 9:30 or so. So we leave, and there's a small like In-N-Out burger like order at the window type place. And my brother sees on the menu there's a cheese dog. Ooh. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the cheese dog." So he orders it. We're waiting for our food. It comes out, and he gets his order. It's a hot dog bun with a bunch of cheddar cheese slices rolled into a hot dog, like a joint. Like it's just a straight piece of cheese.
Is it cheese blunt?
It's a cheese blunt on a hot dog bun. And he says, he's like, his friend's like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I think he's supposed to have a wiener on this." And she's like, "Oh, you're talking about the combo dog." I was like, who comes and orders a cheese log? Like that's a
fucking cheese on bread.
That's a giant chunk of cheese on a hot dog bun.
Oh shit. That sounds like some homeless shelter food.
Like, they didn't get the order wrong. That's the menu item. The menu item is a piece of cheese on a bun. Not cooked.
That's like
not
secret
cooked,
menu.
Not cooked or anything. It's like if you took like string cheese and put it on a hot dog bun and said it was a cheese dog.
Holy shit. That's like a new Lunchable.
It's far beyond that.
Those fucking Lunchables are like, oh, it's a cheese pizza. It's like, no, it's a fucking cracker with sauce and like mozzarella cheese on it, you fuck.
It's a cracker with ketchup and mozzarella cheese.
Yeah, it's not a pizza, you fuck.
Yeah.
It's a cracker with sauce on it.
Those are actually like really good though. I used to love those.
I never had them.
Yeah, I didn't. I was homeschooled, so I didn't need those.
Yeah, so was I, but I still have them every now and again.
I forget.
You know what I had? You know what I had? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't talk to anybody who talks. Nobody who talks about struggling can say anything to me unless they've had lunch consistently of a hot dog on a piece of white bread as the bun. You fold a piece of white bread on a hot. That's the struggle lunch, man. I'll tell you what. Hot dog on a piece of white bread, that's a struggle.
Or a cheeseburger on. I've done that before. Cheeseburger on white bread.
Yeah. Either way.
Yeah.
That's the struggle.
That's America though. That's just like you're not American if you don't have that.
I guess.
My mom used to make. She calls it shits on shingles. And it's just like toast with like cream of beef on it. You can call it shit on shingles. Yeah.
Oh.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it's just like cream of beef with like on toast, and it's called shit on shingles.
You know what's actually really good on toast is cream cheese.
Ooh.
I don't fucks with cream cheese.
I fucks with a lot of cream cheese.
You know what I do? I like to get a bagel and put a whole stick of butter on it.
I'm not a big fan of butter on bagels.
My two favorite flavors in life are salt and butter.
My favorite joke is
like... I'm not a big fan of either one of those.
My favorite joke is, do you want some butter with that bread? Wait, no. Do you want some bread with that butter? That's the joke.
That's the joke?
My bad.
Do you want some butter with that bread? That's not a very funny joke.
Fuck you.
That's a shitty joke, Jake.
That's a shitty joke. What did you just said something I want to make a point of, but I was too confused on my bad joke.
Butter and toast on bagels?
Something like that. Fuck, I don't know.
Because you wanted to say, do you want some bread with that butter?
Yeah, that's what I wanted
Which
to
is
say.
what everybody says to me, and I'm like, yeah. Just a little bit of bread with my butter.
Yeah, fuck you, cunt. Butter's good.
Butter's awesome.
Oh, no, my point was, I think, you know how they say, like, sugar is addictive as, like, cocaine?
Sugar is addictive.
But I think salt is the same way.
It can be, yeah.
I think salt is just as addictive as cocaine.
It is.
Because I tried to go on a no-salt diet, and nothing was edible to me.
That's like the ultimate weight loss diet is not carbs or anything, it's sugar.
Yeah.
If you cut sugar and, like, corn syrup out of your life...
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
You're Joe Six-Pack.
You're Joe 60 pounds of muscle in your arms.
Whoa. I got, like, the worst pot belly. Like, I got, like, I've had a beer belly before I even, like, I even had a beer. I had a beer belly, but now, like, it's justified. Like, I have a justified beer belly, so I feel better about it.
I'm starting to get back into the swing of things. Like, I had surgery in January, and I sat in a recliner pretty much for 3.5 months and gained 30-some pounds. But I pretty much just filled myself out. I just, like, I gained a belly and a waist.
Cultivating mass.
I'm cultivating mass is what I'm doing.
Unrelated, Paul George just got traded to the Thunder.
What?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Really?
You're lying.
Check ESPN.
I saw on the draft day, like, there was a rumored trade of him going to the Celtics, but it fell through last minute.
He should have gone to the Lakers.
And then they were talking about there was, like, a multi-team deal to send Paul George and Carmelo to the Cavs.
Paul George to the Thunder 15 minutes ago.
Shit.
Yeah, for Victor Oladipo and DeMontis Sabonis.
Wow.
So they got a steal.
And what if they could land Blake Griffin in free agency?
They can't.
They might. Who knows?
I still see talks of Houston trying to get Melo.
Dude, bless up that Phil Jackson got fired from the Knicks, by the way.
Absolutely.
Bless up.
I'm like a fake Knicks fan.
Also,
I've been a Knicks fan since the Jeremy Lin era.
I brought this up to Jared. How did Mike D'Antoni get Coach of the Year?
Is he the Suns coach?
I don't even remember.
Nah, he coached like during the Steve Nash era in Phoenix. And then he went to the Lakers and got fired, like with Kobe, Dwight Howard, and Steve Nash.
Yeah, who's he coached for now?
The Rockets.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then he coached the Knicks.
Surprised he didn't get kicked back to college.
And he coached the Knicks too, when they were terrible.
How is Mike D'Antoni the Coach of the Year?
No, he's fucking terrible. Like, I mean, like he's been fired from 3 jobs. Like,
How's it not like who's the Warriors assistant coach? Is it Mike Brown?
Yeah, Mike Brown.
Mike
That was
Brown.
not him.
He got like fired twice from the Cavs.
Tyronn Lue is not
He
even
is.
a coach.
No. Teron
No,
Rose
anybody who knows anything knows that LeBron is the actual coach. there.
LeBron's
And
the
the
coach
GM,
and
yeah.
the GM.
Tyronn Lue's just the guy that's like legally allowed to call a timeout.
See, let's be honest. Like that's the joke that LeBron's the coach, but it's not a bad thing.
no.
It's not a bad thing that
Who's
he's
more
the coach.
qualified than LeBron to be the coach at this point?
Nobody.
Like,
I
nobody.
mean, what did Tyronn Lue do as a player to like even?
He got his ass stepped over by Allen Iverson.
Yeah, he got crossed the
that's
fuck
about
up
it.
by Allen Iverson.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's like all he's known for. It's like, oh yeah, that's the dude that got stepped over by Iverson.
yeah.
That's the only thing I remember about his playing career.
By the way, what about that Big Three league? Did
That's like-
any of y'all watch that?
I didn't get to
No,
watch it.
I didn't watch it
I'll tell you
either.
what happened. Okay, so I saw it on my TV. I went to Fox Sports. I signed into Sling and AT&T, and it wouldn't let me watch anything. I went to my phone, and I would click on the event, and it would say sign in with your carrier. And every time I signed in, I wouldn't get
Well,
any
you don't
live
have
events.
cable, so that would be why.
Well, I have AT&T internet, and I have
Doesn't
Sling
count.
TV. I am subscribed to the Fox channel on Sling
I just
TV.
forgot it was on Fox Sports. Like, I just forget that channel
I didn't get
exists.
it. But also, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
It's starting to be better than ESPN.
No.
It's the same.
Except they play hockey on Fox Sports
And
sometimes.
NASCAR. NASCAR.
Who's the dude?
By the way, Dale Jr. got the pole for the Daytona race this weekend, so watch out for Jr. this week.
Who's the dude on the Raptors that Kobe scored 81 points on?
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose. Every time he's on TV, like as a commentator, everybody has to bring up like, "Yo, you remember that time Kobe scored 81 points on you?" And I love it. That's what he's remembered for.
They have like that ESPN commercial just about that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Did
I
you
thought
see?
wasn't Jalen Rose also the dude that called timeout when they didn't have any timeouts left? in the
That was Chris Webber.
That was
same
Chris-
team, same team, different guy.
Same
That's
team,
Chris
different
Webber.
guy.
Yeah,
So much fail.
yeah. But like Mike D'Antoni is like the Jeff Fisher of basketball. Like had one like mild success somewhere, but then like rode it for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
And Phil Jackson too. Like, don't you think Phil Jackson's like the most overrated coach in sports?
No, because he won like 10 championships.
Yeah, but he coached like 3 of the top
Well,
5
I mean,
best players of all time.
Okay, yeah, saying he's overrated, yeah, I guess you could say that. Like, he's only good when he has good players.
I will say that he is overrated and that he's been riding on his hype the past couple of years, but I don't think he's the most overrated.
Like, if I coached Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal, I would probably win 10 championships.
Do you remember when Eric Spoelstra was like a legit contender for coach all the time? Everybody would say how good of a coach he was.
He what? I mean, he was okay. I mean, I don't
No, he had
Just
LeBron.
he just didn't fuck up though.
He had LeBron. That was it.
Yeah.
And they did screw up a lot because they lost a lot of finals. They lost a lot of games.
That's true. They were pretty bad.
He
They
had
were
LeBron.
overrated.
Eric Spoelstra's not a good coach.
But Phil Jackson to me is just like everybody's like, oh, Phil's like one of the greatest. It's like the greatest NBA coach of all time. Like he's not even like top 5, honestly.
Because he got stuck in New York with Melo.
No, but like if you coach Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, like 2 of the top 3 players of all time, you're bound to win 10 championships. And his offense is like the stupidest offense ever.
What, get the ball to the superstar?
Yeah.
But I mean,
I could have drawn the triangle up.
it still takes something to coach somebody like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Like when I coached Upward, I came up with more creative offensive plays than the triangle offense.
The triangle offense is amazing, though.
No, it's not. Just pass it around
Not
until
really.
you get it to the superstar
Not really.
or shoot a 3.
Depending on how many superstars you have. If you have none, it's a very good offensive.
Well, in Phil's case, he usually had 2 to 3.
2.
No.
2. In Michael
3.
Jordan, in
Dennis Rodman's.
Michael Jordan's case, maybe 2.
I consider Dennis Rodman a superstar.
He's not.
Uh,
Scottie Pippen is barely a superstar.
that's bullshit.
Dennis Rodman is not a superstar.
That's bullshit. Like Scottie Pippin's like top 15.
American hero.
What was that?
I said Dennis Rodman's an American hero.
He's like going to stop World War III.
Dennis Rodman's relations with North Korea have bested his career with the Bulls.
Well, he was a champion before on the Pistons, so he's like
He played for the Pistons and he played for the Mavericks,
he was like
right?
a champion his whole career. Like he was always on a championship team. Like I don't know how more prestigious you get. Dennis Rodman's like the Tom Brady of basketball.
Brian Scalabrine won a ring.
Yeah.
Brian Scalabrine is also the White Mamba. So what's your point?
He's also an amazing player.
He's in that 3-on-3 league, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's it. I have to watch that shit, dude. That's intense.
I
It's
want to watch
actually
it.
not that good.
That shit's. They're coming to Charlotte,
Tomorrow or Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
They play all the games on one day and
Yeah.
then film them and then play them show the highlights on Mondays.
Yeah,
Well,
I heard
they have-
Jason Williams blew his knee out and Allen Iverson pulled his hamstring and everybody got hurt.
Well, the thing is, they have 6 teams, so they play 3 games a night, and all the people who are playing are old and retired.
Yeah,
so it's just a huge
they're
liability.
They're out there blowing their hamstrings out.
Also, Allen Iverson is the coach of his own team.
Do they have a bench?
Yes,
Yeah, I think, what is it, 5 people in each
5
team?
players.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
It's a very cool concept. It's going to take some time to iron it out.
Yeah, it's definitely a great concept because, dudes, even when they're done with their NBA careers, they're always looking to play basketball.
Yeah.
Over in China or where, Stephon Marbury.
Jason Williams was playing, semi-pro ball after he left the NBA.
Yeah. Even Allen Iverson, these dudes are always, they're never done playing ball when they retire. They still want to play. So this
Because
is, a
ball
perfect
is
avenue.
life.
This is this 3-on-3 could be the XFL. What XFL was to football, this is what the 3-on-3 could be to the NBA.
I think
Well,
sure.
they need outrageous storylines going into the games and stuff like that.
Yeah, you need a press conference of Allen Iverson and Jason Williams shit talking each other like a UFC fight or something like that.
That's hilarious.
It
Or
needs to be WWE.
If they walked out to the court with microphones, and,
Yeah.
started talking, and then they settled their argument over basketball instead with wrestling.
Yeah, it
Exactly.
basically needs to be WWE with basketball. By the way, speaking of WWE and basketball, did you see LeVar Ball on WWE?
Oh, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
I saw the clips. I didn't see what actually happened.
I don't know what he was just out there talking to the Miz for no reason, and he just tore his shirt off and started doing kung fu.
Oh, that was such a natural fit for him, though.
Oh, yeah.
I saw LaMelo on there.
Yeah, Mello was just they were just as usual sitting there not saying anything, the kids, and it was just the LeVar show.
Yep.
But LeVar is the perfect WWE heel. That's the role. Jesus made him to be a WWE superstar.
Just like Jesus made Lonzo to be a Laker.
Ball control.
Exactly.
Hey, Jesus and Zeus both.
It's not LeVar. I knew Jesus even knew Lonzo would be a Laker. It's true. Ball control.
LeVar Ball is my hero. That's how I want to be as a dad.
Yeah, it's people were shit talking to him. Then people brought up good points. As far as black fathers, it's what would you rather have? The father that walks out on their kid or LeVar Ball? It's that's a good point. People complain about black fathers, quote unquote, the stereotype. But then you got a guy like LeVar and you're still gonna talk shit about him. It's well, yeah, you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
Hey, so how much longer are you guys trying to go?
We can wrap it up anytime. We've been going for a long time.
Yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy, but I want
No,
to pick up.
I was about to go there actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm running out of shit to say.
Yeah,
We've been going for
Bro,
quite
this
a
has been
little
a
while.
legit podcast. Find us on Twitter and Facebook, at Jankfart, at JaredFleeger88, and at, what's yours? Your Twitter username?
At Dylan Trilliums.
At
DYL
Dylan Trilliums.
Trilliums.
Hell yeah, find us on Twitter and just let's get this going. All right, see you next week.